Check 1, 2. Test 1, 2. Okay. We are just about 3 minutes away from first pitch.
This is Ridgefield Raptors baseball. The pregame show starts right now.
It's another welcoming here at the Ridgefield Outdoor Recreation Complex. A new team to the league, and for the first time ever, the Ridgefield Raptors take on the Edmonton Riverhawks tonight. The newest team in the West Coast League, one of 4 new teams in the league, and they play their first game in the USA tonight as the Ridgefield Raptors and the Edmonton Riverhawks to begin a 3-game series here from the Rourke in Ridgefield. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, all at 6:35, and you can watch it right here on RidgefieldRaptors.com. Glad that you're with us here on the Raptors live stream. I'm Josh Warden. Well, the Raptors came back from Canada after facing Nanaimo for a 3-game series, and before that, Kelowna for a 3-game series. Just played 2 games due to weather. Ridgefield won 3 of the 5 games on that road trip north of the border, and now plays another Canadian team. And again, one of the newest teams, the newest team in the league, one of 3 new Canadian teams, one of 4 new teams in the West Coast League overall. And so Edmonton makes their first trip south of the border. They flew in today to Abbotsford, then drove across the border down to Ridgefield today. Well, here's the starting lineup for the Ridgefield Raptors. Leading off and making his debut from University of Portland is Jake Sukata. He plays second base. Then it's Trent Prokes playing right field. Jacob Sharp bats third and is the catcher. Cleanup hitter and third baseman, another debut, Justin Trimble. Batting fifth, the designated hitter, Will Chambers. Batting sixth, the left fielder, Doyle Kane. Batting seventh, the center fielder, Austin Cavanis, another newcomer to the team. Batting eighth, the first baseman, Safea Mawai. And batting ninth, the shortstop, Travis Welker. And on the mound for Ridgefield today, Braden Markham, a left-hander out of Lower Columbia College. And his first pitch is on the outside corner to Javi Espinoza. And the first pitch ever between the Ridgefield Raptors and the Edmonton Riverhawks right here at 6:35 p.m. Markham on the mound and Espinoza at the plate. With Edmonton wearing the road blue uniforms as Espinoza fouls one away, 0-2. Ridgefield in the home maroon uniforms with the white pants and white caps. Edmonton coached by Kelly Stinnett, their first-year skipper for their new team, Chris Cota, who's been the head coach ever since Ridgefield's inaugural year. So 2 teams that have only had 1 head coach in their history facing off against each other. The 0-2 pitch from Markham is a breaking ball on the outside edge. Espinoza takes it. Called strike 3. 1 away in the first inning for Braden Markham. After Javi Espinoza, it's Will Rogers from Arizona State. Batting third, and the left fielder is Clayton Low Ranger. Cleanup hitter for the Riverhawks and first baseman is Ivan Breathauer, also from Arizona State. Batting fifth, the designated hitter, Tom Poole. Batting sixth, the catcher is Austin Chenard. After him, the third base is Mitch Wood, as Markham again gets ahead of the next hitter, Will Rogers, with a called strike. Batting eighth for Edmonton, the center fielder, Aaron Stinnett, the son of the head coach. And batting ninth, the shortstop, is Kelly Coral. There's the starters for Edmonton there. Starter on the mound, Wyatt Clark, tonight for the Riverhawks, who come in 4-8 on the year, the first year in the league. Markham misses with a ball. 1-1 the count, 1 away. Here in the top of the first inning, no score from the Rourke. 3-game series and a 6-game homestand for Ridgefield here. 1-1 pitch, check swing, and did not go around on a pitch just above the strike zone. And Rogers now ahead, 2 balls and 1 strike from Braden Markham. Edmonton 4-8, their first game in America ever. Ridgefield coming back to the States, going 3-2 on the road trip. They're 5-3 overall this summer. A foul ball down the first baseline, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes to Will Rogers. Ridgefield coming off a frustrating loss to Nanaimo to drop their first series of the year. Ridgefield had won the first 2 series, 2 out of 3 against Walla Walla, 2-0 against Kelowna. and had a rubber match against Nanaimo and got walked off in the 9th inning in Ridgefield's most recent game. Now trying to get back in the win column today. 2-2 pitch fouled back. Ridgefield has yet to lose consecutive games this year. There are only 2 losses, or 3 losses I should say. They have bounced back with wins each time, although they risk changing that here. If they lose today, it would be their first losing streak of the year. And trying to win their 3rd series of the year. That begins today. 2 balls, 2 strikes from Braden Markham with 1 out. Breaking ball that's popped up. This one might stay in play. In fact, it might be a fair ball as well. Jacob Sharp calling for it, and he makes the catch in fair territory. A pop out to the catcher. And Braden Markham retires the first 2 guys he sees here in the top of the 1st inning. Now it's the left fielder, Clayton Low Ranger, the batter out of Stephen F. Austin University. Good number of Canadians on this team. Low Ranger himself from Sherwood Park, Alberta. Edmonton, the first team from the province of Alberta to join the West Coast League. First pitch swung on and hit hard to right field. Trent Prokes going back, and that ball is gone. Clayton Low Ranger powers a ball to right center field. And in the first game between the Edmonton Riverhawks and the Ridgefield Raptors, Edmonton strikes first with a first-inning solo home run by Clayton Low Ranger. First pitch he sees and nubbed it over the right field wall in a park that does play well to right field, and the wind going out that way. And now Edmonton leads 1-0 here in the first inning. 2 down, bases empty. First pitch swinging again, and a line drive to the first baseman. Ivan Breathauer lines out to his fellow first baseman, Safea Mawai. And so after getting the first 2 outs in quick fashion, Braden Markham threw just 2 more pitches, 1 for a home run, 1 for a line drive. He allows 1 hit, 1 run, and nobody left on in the first inning. We head to the bottom of the first. It's the Edmonton Riverhawks 1 and the Ridgefield Raptors coming up.
Ridgefield Main Street supports the Raptors and is dedicated to preserving the cultural heritage of downtown Ridgefield while advocating for its future. See you downtown and at ridgefieldmainstreet.com.
The Ridgefield Raptors are back, where the entire family can watch top-level college baseball players live at the Rourke. Now, kids 12 and under get in free with a paid adult for all Sunday afternoon Raptors games. Enjoy local Southwest Washington baseball with the whole family this summer. Sunday games are at 105 and are presented by Peace Health and the Columbian. Come cheer on your Ridgefield Raptors all season long. Get your tickets now at ridgefieldraptors.com. Go Raptors!
Hey baseball fans, after the game visit A, the area's premier gaming, dining, entertainment, and meeting destination. A is a proud supporter of the Ridgefield Raptors and the perfect place to meet up with friends after a Raptors win for dinner, drinks, and great times. Keep the fun and excitement going after the 9th inning and grab beers at Tom's Urban, or enjoy a perfectly cooked porterhouse at Michael Jordan's Steakhouse. With 100,000 square feet of gaming space, 15 different restaurants, bars, and retail outlets to choose from, A has just what you need to turn your night at the ballgame into a night you won't forget. A, just off I-5 at exit 16, ILANIresort.com.
We're talking about debuts. First game ever for Edmonton stateside. First game ever between these two teams. And a debut for the Raptors. An infielder from the University of Portland, Jake Sukata, gets his first at-bat in a Raptors uniform. He leads off for Chris Coda's crew, but the Raptors are trailing by a run as we enter the bottom of the first inning. First pitch to Jake Sukata, a changeup outside from Wyatt Clark. He's a right-hander, 6'5". Spent 1 year so far at the University of Central Missouri. 1-0 pitch is another changeup outside for ball 2 from the Blue Springs, Missouri product. Pitched just 6 innings for the Mules of University of Central Missouri. Gave up 4 earned runs in his freshman campaign. 2-0 pitch is high on the 4-seamer, and it's 3-0 to Jake Sukata. He's a Hawaiian, so 2 guys from the state of Hawaii on the team now. The first baseman and second baseman today, Safea Mawai from Hilo and Jake Sukata from Aiea, Hawaii. 3-0 pitch is another changeup outside, ball 4. And Jake Sukata draws a 4-pitch walk. Gets a leadoff man aboard here in the bottom of the first inning. Edmonton went fast in the top of the first, as Braden Markham needed fewer than 10 pitches to get through it, but did give up one solo home run on the first pitch, a line out on the first pitch, and right after that. So Edmonton leads at 1-0, but Ridgefield gets the leadoff man aboard. Trent Prokes, who has been the leadoff man for Ridgefield, steps up on his 22nd birthday today. Birthday boy with his at-bat with a man on first and nobody out. Two-seam fastball outside. And it's ball one to Trent Prokes out of Cal State Bakersfield, transferring there from Modesto Junior College. Playing his first game on his birthday. Growing up and through high school, never did play a game on his birthday too much into the summer, and his team never was playing that long, so for the first time celebrates a birthday with a game played. Here's Wyatt Clark finally finding the strike zone. A strike on the inner half. It's 1-1 to Trent Prokes. Left-handed hitter against right-handed pitcher. Jake Sukata on first base being held on. Wyatt Clark looking down at his cleats, now looks up at Trent Prokes, and the 1-1 pitch is inside, ball two. Trent Prokes celebrating his birthday with his brother coming up from California, his girlfriend also making the trip up. He's from Modesto and played his college ball this past spring in Modesto for Modesto Junior College. 2-1 pitch, he swings, hard hit ground ball off the glove of the first baseman Breathauer. It'll advance Sukata all the way around to third on a single for Trent Prokes. He's got a birthday base hit, and the Raptors have runners in first and third with nobody out. Just to the side of Ivan Breathauer, and that ball was a screamer. Past him and gets into right field for a base hit. And Trent Prokes is on first base with a single. Advances Sukata 90 feet away from scoring. It's now Jacob Sharp, the batter. Justin Trimble on deck. A lot of new faces now on the Raptors who had most of their guys to start the year, but certainly not all. And now the roster is pretty much filled out of the guys they'll have over the summer. Not all, but almost all. As Jacob Sharp fouls one off the ground and back to the netting. And it's 0-1 to the Fullerton College product. He's transferring to UNLV. And he has runners in first and third with nobody out here in the bottom of the first inning. Tying run at third for Ridgefield. And go-ahead run at first base. Edmonton still in double play combo. They'd trade 2 outs for a run if given the opportunity. Here's the 0-1 to Sharp, and they will not have that opportunity. That ball is skied to deep right center field. It's going to be caught at the warning track by Stinnett, but it will score a run. Jake Sukata sprinting home, and he steps on the plate to tie the game. An RBI sac fly by Jacob Sharp, hit to the deepest part of the ballpark, and he'll get an RBI out of it.
Third baseman number 31, Justin Trimble.
Scores Sukata. His first run scored as a Raptor. And Jacob Sharp ties the game. Trent Prokes stays at first, so now 1 on and 1 out for Justin Trimble's first at-bat as a Raptor. There are 3 guys in the lineup today for Ridgefield, all making their debuts for the Raptors after the Canadian trip. And so some of these guys coming in over the last week, and now Ridgefield coming back stateside at about 1:30 in the morning yesterday, and didn't have a game last night. And now begins a 6-game homestand tonight. Justin Trimble gets the start at third base. He's the cleanup hitter for Ridgefield today. An 0-1 count to Justin. Fastball, big swing and a miss. Will Chambers on deck with 1 out and a runner on first for the Raptors. 1-1 tie between Edmonton and Ridgefield. Edmonton making the trip not via bus. It would be about 24-hour trip that they would have had to have taken over 2 days, but they fly partway down. A ball in the dirt to Justin Trimble, and it's 2-1 the count with 1 away. Or 1-1, excuse me. Outfield playing him straight up, a bit shifted towards left field. Biggest hole to right center for Justin Trimble, left-handed hitter. Takes a swing and sprays it off the netting foul towards Chris Cota. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes to Justin Trimble. At a UC Santa Barbara, a 6'4" infielder, 215-pounder from Arroyo Grande, California. Has spent 1 year with the Gauchos so far at UC Santa Barbara. 1-2 the count to Justin Trimble with one out and a runner on first. A swing and a foul tap at the plate. Just got a piece of it to bounce it into the shin guards of Austin Chenard. And Trimble stays alive in his first at-bat as a Raptor. Jake Sukata led off this inning with a walk. Prokes singled. And Jacob Sharp delivered the game-tying RBI with a sac fly to deep right center field. Here's the 1-2 to Trimble. It is low. Ball 2 to Justin Trimble. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 1 out here in the bottom of the first inning. Ridgefield back at home at the Rourke, and good weather here. A little bit of a sprinkle earlier this afternoon, but pleasant temperatures. It's 62 degrees right now and not expecting rain the rest of the evening. 2-2 pitch on the inner half taken. Strike 3 called, and Justin Trimble is down for out number 2. It's up to Will Chambers now with 2 down. Bottom of the first inning. Trent Prokes remains at first base for the Raptors, with Will Chambers coming up. Had a good trip up in Canada. Hit well. Had a clutch base hit in the 9th inning, and then a Nanaimo game. Had a couple games with some well-hit balls. Had a big home run in the second game against Nanaimo. 17 runs in the ball game for the Raptors. Chambers takes a pitch inside. It's 1-0. He had that clutch base hit in the 9th inning, game 1, but was frustrated with himself after the game, feeling like he had let some pitches go by that he shouldn't have earlier in the game, and said, I'm going to handle one tomorrow. Hitting from the left side, I'm going to yank a home run over the right field wall. He told me that after the game. First at bat, first inning, I think it was second inning by that time he came up in game 2 against Nanaimo. And what did he do? But hit a ball 380 feet for a home run. Trent Prokes is going before the pitch, and they've got him picked off here as Prokes tries to steal second, but Wyatt Clark steps off and throws to second for the putout. A 1-6 putout to close the inning on a caught stealing. And Prokes is down for out number 3. Will Chambers will lead off next inning, with the Raptors tying the ball game up at 1 apiece. We head to the top of the second when we return. The Raptors won and the Riverhawks won.
Listen up, baseball fans. Head into Safeway to score on great deals all season long. Safeway has everyone's tailgating favorites, from fried chicken and party subs to fresh cut fruit and veggie trays and tons of easy meal options. Satisfy your whole team for the ultimate game day experience. And you can save a cartload of time with Safeway Drive Up and Go. Just shop online at Safeway.com, head to the store, and we'll bring your groceries right to your car. Safeway, sponsor of the Ridgefield Raptors.
Holt Homes is proud to be a local builder. We embrace all that is special about Oregon and Southwest Washington. The natural beauty of the landscape, the dynamic climate, the community that brings us together. It's why we live and build in this place that we love. Holt Homes, built for the Pacific Northwest. Find home today at holtpnw.com.
Both teams score 1 run in the first inning, and we are all evened up as we head to the second. Number 5 hitter in the Edmonton lineup, Tom Poole, coming up to face Braden Markham in his second inning of work for the Raptors here at the Rourke. A check swing from Tom Poole on a pitch catching the inside corner. Strike 1 from Braden Markham. Good numbers in his college season, his first year up in Longview this year. 0-1 pitch, he misses outside. 1-1 the count, 1-1 tie, second inning here. Markham pitched for the Red Devils of Lower Columbia College this year and pitched a lot. Over 60 innings this year. A ball outside, it's 2-1, and had an excellent ERA of 1.27 in a large sample size. And is starting a second game so far with the Raptors. He went 4 innings against Kelowna, gave up 1 run. 2-1 the count from Braden Markham. Curveball slapped down the left field line and over the fans in the grassy berm and hits the tent down in left field for a foul ball. blustery wind. Not pushing too hard toward right field, but just a little where a ball hit to the fence might be over the fence with help from the wind. 2-2 pitch is high, ball 3. Full count from Braden Markham. To the leadoff man here in the second inning, Tom Poole, who's from Calgary, Alberta. Infield playing him a little bit back to left-handed hitter. Payoff pitch, breaking ball, froze him. Taken right down Main Street, strike 3. Braden Markham has himself a strikeout looking to lead off both innings so far. And he's got one out in the second. He struck out just under 1 per inning at Lower Columbia College this year. That's a 2-seam fastball, a 4-seam fastball, a curveball, and a changeup. Use the curve for the strikeout. Here's a 3-hopper on the first pitch to the shortstop. Travis Welker up with it and throws accurately to Safea Mawai for the put out. And so after the strikeout, 1 pitch later, he's got a ground ball out, and we're on to Mitch Wood. This was the part where Braden Markham struggled last inning. Got the first 2 guys out, then a solo home run. Then got the next guy out. Now he's got the first 2 guys out again, and is facing Mitch Wood, who does have a home run on the year. He's from the University of Iowa. First pitch, a 4-seam fastball away for ball 1. Throws 2 different fastballs, 2-seamer and 4-seamer. Throws a 4-seamer a little more often, at least so far today. Locates the fastball as the best of his pitches. This one hit high in the air to left field, but not deep. In fact, a late break from the left fielder Doyle Kane. It'll be Travis Welker going out, and Welker the one who made the catch to end the inning. Good work for Braden Markham. Another quick inning, and he has gone 2 innings so far with just 1 hit allowed. It was a solo home run, but he does have a tie game and just 1 base hit so far. We head to the bottom of the second. It's the Raptors 1 and the Riverhawks 1 on the Raptors live stream.
At Eden Health, our commitment is to caring. We recognize the importance of caring for others, and we consider it a privilege. We are committed to addressing our patients' specific needs, providing hands-on care and services, helping families through tough situations, and supporting our fellow employees. We listen, build relationships, and go above and beyond to create meaningful experiences throughout our continuum of care. Whether you find yourself a patient to any of the Eden Health services lines or you become part of our team, you will notice the Eden Health difference.
Dick Hanna Dealerships is proud to welcome everyone back to support our Ridgefield Raptors. Just in time for warm summer nights with family and friends, lounging on the lawn, or eating dogs in the stands. Feels good to be back. In business for over 70 years, Dick Hanna Dealerships is a local, family-owned business with locations in Vancouver, Kelso, and Portland. Choose from thousands of cars and 12 new car brands. Experience nice in the car business. Dick Hanna Dealerships. Believe in nice. Now play ball.
Will Chambers comes up for the second time today. And his first official at-bat, he was at the plate to close last inning. But had to walk back to the dugout with a caught stealing on the base pad. So we clear the count 0-0. He faces Wyatt Clark to open up the second inning. A 1-1 tie between the Raptors and the Riverhawks. And a first pitch taken called strike to Will Chambers, who is hitting just under 400 on the year so far for the Raptors. 0-1 offering, he slams it to right field, right in front of Will Rogers. And the right fielder plays it on a bounce. Hard hit line drive that landed about 220 feet away from home plate. And on a hurry, got to Will Rogers. Did a good job of just staying in front of it. And it's a single for Will Chambers. Leadoff base hit, Doyle Kane is up next. Doyle Kane from La Cañada, California. Played at College of the Canyons last 3 years. And Will Chambers on first base, who played at College of the Canyons. A couple of years overlapping with Doyle Kane. Doyle takes a strike. It's 0-1. Bottom of the second inning, 1-1 tie. And the first game ever between these two teams. Ridgefield, which just started out as a franchise back in 2019, played their first West Coast League game ever here against Yakima Valley 3 years ago. Just over 3 years ago, Doyle Kane fouls one away. It's 0-2. And now Edmonton, which played their first game ever in Nanaimo. It was a road series to begin their franchise history. Nanaimo also a new team in the league, so it was two newcomers playing against each other on Vancouver Island. 0-2 the count to Doyle Kane. Breaking ball high, ball one. But that debut experience was delayed a little bit. They got to the ballpark on, I think it was May 31st, and was ready to start. New franchises playing against each other, and then the game was canceled due to weather. So they had to wait a little bit. Fastball that Doyle Kane fists down the right field line, foul. So pushed it back. Still got 3 games in on the week against Nanaimo, but just not on the first day as expected. Then Edmonton played their first home game a few days later and had a good attendance. They got a big ballpark, Remax Field, which holds almost 10,000, and announced attendance was around 4,000 for their first game. Really good numbers. Doyle Kane bounces one away, and a foul ball for Doyle. He's done a good job of battling here at the plate to stay alive with nobody out here in the bottom of the second. Will Chambers on first base. Doyle and his brother Mikey Kane here from day one this year. Their parents, Mike and Lindy, made the trip up to Canada and took in all 5 games up in British Columbia. Doyle reaches out and grounds one over the mound. A high chopper fielded by the shortstop. Coral throws to first in time and gets the put out. Doyle does advance Will Chambers to second base, and a 6-3 ground out to get one away in the second inning. High chopper that summoned the pitcher Clark, and Kelly Coral did a good job of running in on that ball and side-arming to first in time. And now it'll be a debut at-bat for Austin Cavanis. He'll have to wait for a mound visit first with the catcher Chenard walking out to chat with the pitcher Wyatt Clark. Austin Cavanis, the batter, with a runner in scoring position. Cavanis, who has spent 1 year at Cal Poly in San Luis Obispo. A transfer from Folsom Lake at the JUCO level in California. Really good program. He spent 2 years there, now 1 year at Cal Poly. Did not play this season due to hip surgery. And so this is his first game and his first at-bat in a real game in about a year right here against Wyatt Clark. And the first pitch to him is down low, ball one. He's just happy to be out there playing baseball again after a season was taken away due to the hip injury. But he said the coaches at Cal Poly were very supportive of him and encouraging of him. He likes playing there and excited to play for Cal Poly next year. Will Chambers on second, and Cavanis takes a strike in the knees. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Chambers well aware of what that situation is like. He's had several years taken out of baseball for knee surgeries, 2 reconstructions, 1 in each knee, not to mention the COVID years. So Will Chambers at second base can empathize with Austin Cavanis. 1-1 pitch is low, ball 2. Chambers played at UC Santa Barbara for a year, never appeared in a game, didn't work out there, went to College of the Canyons, had a serious knee injury, had one in high school as well, then COVID knocked out a year, and really hadn't played much college baseball at all until the Raptors season last summer. It was kind of a breakthrough for him. Here's Cavanis skying one to straightaway center field. All the way back to the warning track and making the catch is Aaron Stinnett. Hard hit fly ball by Austin Cavanis and his first at-bat, but it does result in and out. But good contact from the center fielder from Cal Poly. But 2 outs here in the second. Safea Mawai, the batter. Mawai was hitting .212 on the summer. He's from Hilo, Hawaii. And he has Will Chambers on second base, representing the go-ahead run. Bottom of the second inning. Tie score between the Edmonton Riverhawks and the Ridgefield Raptors. 1-1 is the mark. Wyatt Clark from the stretch, and a fastball clanked foul over to the soccer field, adjoining the main baseball stadium here at the Ridgefield Outdoor Recreation Complex. 6 multi-purpose fields here on the campus. Go ahead run at second under the sun here in Ridgefield. 0-1 offering to Safea Mawai is swung on, belted down the left field side, just foul by a couple of feet. That would have scored the go-ahead run, but Chambers will have to jog back to second, and Mawai is in an 0-2 hole. He had 3 hits on the Canadian road trip. One of several countries that the game of baseball has brought him to. He's played some U18 ball with Junior Olympics in Guam, in China, Now in Canada last week, back in the States here, 0-2 pitch is high to Safea Mawai. Played a little college ball for the University of Hawaii. Will be playing in the mainland next year. He's got a runner on second with a 1-2 count. And a breaking ball. He hits right back up the middle, under the pitcher's glove into center. They're waving around Will Chambers. The throw in from center field is not in time. Chambers slides head first for the go-ahead run. And the Raptors take a 2-1 lead on Safea Mawai's RBI base hit.
Now batting in the shortstop, number 1, Travis Welker.
Chambers speeding around third. Mawai with a single just under the mid of Wyatt Clark, who reached down for it and almost got a piece of it, but a liner right back up the middle for Safea Mawai, his team leading 11th RBI on the year. Was already leading the squad with 10 and pads his stats with the RBI base hit, gives Ridgefield its first lead of the game and first lead ever against Edmonton. Travis Welker, the batter, 9-hole hitter today, takes a ball high. It's 1-0 to Welker. 2 down, bottom of the second. Ridgefield 2, Edmonton 1. Outfield shifts a bit to right field for Travis Welker, and the 1-0 offering is taken, ball 2 below the zone to Welker from Fresno State University. Joined the team for the road trip. This is his first at-bat at the Rourke. Was not here yet for the Walla Walla series, which was the only home series before today. So his home debut for Travis Welker. 2-0 offering a fastball outside. And Welker ahead 3-0. He went 3 for 23 on the Canadian road trip. And playing a little bit of second base, a little bit of third base, a little bit of shortstop. Can do pretty much anything on the infield. 3-0 offering to him is inside. And Travis Welker draws a 2-out walk on 4 pitches. And speaking of 4-pitch walks, Jake Sukata comes up, who had one of those 4-pitch base-on balls back in the first inning and scored the first run of the game for the Raptors. He's up next, and he'll face Wyatt Clark. But after a mound visit from their pitching coach, Ethan Elias. Full staff for Edmonton that includes their skipper, Kelly Stinnett, first-year head coach. He's also the skipper at Park University. And their first base coach, Jake Lanferman. Kelly Stinnett, who's a longtime big league player in the 90s and 2000s with the Mets, the Brewers, the Diamondbacks, the Reds, the Phillies, the Royals. Went all over the league. And now coaches college ball and in Edmonton. With 2 outs, here's Sukata. Takes outside. Ball 1 from Wyatt Clark. Did not miss by much, if at all. But it is 1-0 to Jake Sukata. Bottom of the second, Ridgefield leads 2-1, having scored 1 run in both innings. Shortstop Kelly Coral moving towards second base as Sukata takes his first strike as a Raptor. Saw 5 pitches, all of them missing the zone until that called strike. It's 1-1 to the University of Portland infielder, getting the start at second base today for the Raptors. Runners in first and second for Ridgefield. The 1-1 offering from Wyatt Clark is blooped into left field. It might split the outfielders. Indeed, it does. It gets down and fielded by the left fielder, Low Ranger. It'll score Safea Mawai from second base and get Welker to third. It's an RBI single for Jake Sukata. The Raptors lead it 3-1. Didn't get all of it, but he got enough of it. And Jake Sukata dunks one into left field for an RBI. His first base hit and his first run batted in as a Raptor. And it scores Mawai from second base. Ridgefield has scored 2 this inning. Take a 3-1 lead. Travis Welker, good speed to go first to third on the play. And now it's Trent Prokes. Had the first base hit of the game for Ridgefield. Now looking for an RBI. 2 outs, runners in the corners. He takes for a strike. 2 down. Ridgefield scoring both runs this inning with 2 outs. Started with a Will Chambers single. Advanced on a Doyle Kane ground out. Then a flyout didn't advance him. It was 2 outs. Nobody had scored yet. A strike to Prokes. It's 0-2. Then Mawai singled. Welker walked. And Sukata singled. So 3 singles in the inning. Who needs extra base hits when you've got Little dink and dunk sort of things. Not all of them bloopers. I mean, Chambers' single was ripped off the barrel. Sukata's kind of the opposite, just in on the hands and got it over the infield. 0-2 the count to Prokes. He grounds one over the mound. Coral fields the shortstop on the other side of second base. Bobbles a little bit, but is able to recover and throw to first in time to end the inning. Ridgefield strands 2 here in the second inning, but they also score 2 on 3 singles along the way, plus a walk. Chambers and Mawai both score. Ridgefield takes their first lead of the game. It's 3-1 as we make our way to the top of the third inning. Stay with us on the Raptors live stream.
C-Tran is your public transit system offering service in Clark County and beyond. Catch local service in Clark County, plus regional and express service to Portland. And now you can ride the current C-Tran's new on-demand service operating in Ridgefield and other areas. So leave the driving to us. C-Tran will take you out to the ball game and anywhere else you need to go. Visit c-tran.com for more information. C-Tran, our community, our promise.
This is WSU Vancouver, Southwest Washington's only 4-year research university. Whether in person or via distance delivery, WSU Vancouver offers high-quality education and an employer-respected degree. You'll get a small school feel in the kind of place where you know you matter. Here, you'll get personalized education that brings out the best in you and inspires you to achieve your highest goals. Now, what are you waiting for? Apply today.
Gorgeous day for baseball in Southwest Washington. Partly cloudy, but can't really tell by the way the field looks, mostly under the sun. And the Raptors have a 3-1 lead over the visiting Edmonton Riverhawks in a West Coast League game between Northern and Southern Division teams. Edmonton, new ball club. Ridgefield just in their 3rd season, coming off their first playoff appearance as a franchise last year. And Edmonton joining the league this year. Got a good fan base already. I feel like they're going to be a West Coast League power. But they are down 3-1 right now as Braden Markham's back on the mound. Aaron Stinnett, the batter. Got a good head coach and a father in Kelly Stinnett. Has 2 of his sons here tonight. One of them gets the start as Aaron plays center field today. 0-1 pitch to Aaron is outside, ball 1 from Markham. 3-1 lead for the Raptors. Scoring 1 in the first and 2 in the second. Aaron Stinnett, who also plays for his father in college at Park University, takes a fastball a bit low for ball 2. It's from Mesa, Arizona. Played at Northeastern Junior College and then transferred to play for his father and with his brother as well. 2-1 offering. Off speed, grounded to short. A 4-hopper scooped up by Travis Welker. And he tosses to first. Beats out Stinnett by a step. And it's a leadoff ground out for Braden Markham, who has retired 5 in a row. 9-hole hitter in the lineup, Kelly Coral comes up. 3-1 lead for the Raptors. Ridgefield coming back from Canada. 2-0 against Kelowna on the heels of an 11-hour bus ride just to get there for day 1. Ground ball on the first pitch by Coral. Trimble backs up on it. Fields throws to first, and Mawai picks it out of the dirt, using the shovel and digs it out from a foot underneath. Safea Mawai flashes the leather, and there's 2 down here in the 3rd. 5 pitches so far in the inning. Markham's pitch count is looking pretty good. He's gotten a lot of outs early on, pitching to contact. He's gone through the lineup 1 time so far. He's got 2 strikeouts, just 1 hit allowed, no walks. The 1 hit was a home run. So he's given up 1 run, but has a 3-1 lead. Now back to the top of the order, it's Javi Espinoza, who takes a ball up. 2 down, nobody on. Ridgefield up by 2 runs. 3rd inning. Espinoza with the 1-0, showing bunt, places it down the 3rd baseline and dribbles foul. Scooped up by Trimble in the 3rd base coaching box in front of Kelly Stinnett. Ridgefield 2-0 against Kelowna, had the finale postponed and basically canceled. Ridgefield will not play Kelowna again this year, so really no chance to make that one up. The most impressive win of the trip and probably of the season for Ridgefield was the first one against Kelowna. 1-1 pitch outside. It's 2-1 to Espinoza. Ridgefield got up at 3:30 in the morning, bust out by 4:30 here from the Rourke. Got to Kelowna just in time to throw the bags in the hotel and bust to the stadium, and then proceeded to play a 12-inning baseball game that lasted 4 hours and 23 minutes. This one fouled back. It's 2-2. That tied the Ridgefield record. They had never had a game longer than 4 hours, 23 minutes. They tied that mark, 4:23 exactly. Travis Welker drew a walk in the 12th inning, ended up scoring on a wild pitch, and the Raptors won that game in extras. 2-2 offering, curveball, blooped up into left field. Not too deep and playable for Doyle Kane, who camps under it and makes the catch. Well, Braden Markham has faced 10 batters. He's allowed 1 hit, 1 run. And we are through 2.5 innings. Stay with us for the bottom of the third. The Riverhawks 1 and the Raptors 3.
The Ridgefield Raptors are back, where the entire family can watch top-level college baseball players live at the Rourke. Now, kids 12 and under get in free with a paid adult for all Sunday afternoon Raptors games. Enjoy local Southwest Washington baseball with the whole family this summer. Sunday games are at 105 and are presented by Peace Health and the Columbian. Come cheer on your Ridgefield Raptors all season long. Get your tickets now at ridgefieldraptors.com. Go Raptors!
At Eden Health, our commitment is to caring. We recognize the importance of caring for others, and we consider it a privilege. We are committed to addressing our patients' specific needs, providing hands-on care and services, helping families through tough situations, and supporting our fellow employees. We listen, build relationships, and go above and beyond to create meaningful experiences throughout our continuum of care. Whether you find yourself a patient to any of the Eden Health services lines or you become part of our team, you will notice the Eden Health difference.
Good start to this ball game as we make our way to the bottom of the third. Ridgefield scoring in both innings. 1 run in the first and a sac fly by Jacob Sharp, and 2 runs in the second, both on RBI singles. Jake Sukata and Safea Mawai. Now it's Jacob Sharp coming up again. He had that sac fly and now leads off the third inning, with the Raptors ahead by a score of 3-1 over the Edmonton Riverhawks. Bottom of the third here for the Raptors, 5-3 on the year so far. Trying to make it back to the playoffs. Did so last year, going 4 games over 500. Sharp takes a strike in the inner half. It's 0-1. Third season of baseball here in Ridgefield. Had the 2020 season canceled right after their first year, but was able to recoup for the 21 summer as Sharp looked like he caught something in his eye or something. Asked for time, steps back in. That's an 0-1 count from Wyatt Clark, the right-hander from University of Central Missouri, who deals to Sharp a fastball low for ball 1. And so Ridgefield very familiar with what it means to be a new ball club in the league, and new rivalries, new names, more relationships with the colleges, and seeing a lot of players come through Ridgefield. And the fans have been supportive. A lot of people here tonight. Next pitch, a strike to Sharp. It's 1-2. With nobody on, just beginning the bottom of the third inning. Here comes Wyatt Clark with the 1-2, swung on and fouled away. Edmonton, meanwhile, was established in 2020. They would have played their first year that season 2 years ago. This could have been their third year. Instead, it's Ridgefield's third year. But Edmonton, with the 2020 season canceled for the entire league, tried to come back next season, but with the border still closed, the West Coast League played, but just the American team. So Edmonton couldn't play that year either. Sharp takes a ball outside. It's 2-2. So this now is the first season for Edmonton. And they have only played games in Canada to this point, now playing their first series in America today. 2-2 pitch, rope to left field. Jacob Sharp gets a hold of one, but pretty right at Clayton Lowranger, who's able to take about 10 steps to that ball and make the grab. Hard hit liner to left field, but Lowranger makes the catch. 1 away in the third. 3-1 lead for the Raptors. Justin Trimble, the batter. Edmonton, the first team from Alberta in the league, 940 miles away from Ridgefield. Would have been almost 20 hours on a bus ride, but they flew this morning to a Canadian town just north of the border, the one that Ridgefield actually passed through to get to Kelowna, Abbotsford. And then they hop on a bus and drive the rest of the way down to Ridgefield, which is in southwest Washington, just north of Portland. 1-0 pitch is bounced on the ground by Trimble. Might get into right field, and indeed it does. Justin Trimble tops over a ball into right field for his first base hit as a Raptor. And the Raptors have a one-out single from Justin Trimble. Just found a gap and gets himself on board. 1 on, 1 out for the Raptors with Will Chambers up next. Hitting .400 now on the year with a single earlier today. Has a base hit in 8 of 9 games this year for Will Chambers. 3-1 lead for the Raptors. Infield and double play combo for the Riverhawks with Espinoza and Coral up the middle. Chambers swings and skies one to high right field. Back to the warning track goes to net. He makes the catch in front of the wall. And Will Chambers is down on and out. He took his time out of the batter's box knowing that's either going to get caught at the wall or it's gone. Either way, I don't need to sprint. And it was the former. Caught just in front of the fence by Aaron Stinnett. And Trimble just barely got back to first in time to avoid a double play. And so 2 down, runner on first for the Raptors. Doyle Kane up next. Edmonton playing their 4th series of the year. Doyle Kane fisting a ball back up the middle, and it gets over Kelly Coral. He thought he might catch it on the run, and then playing on a bounce, Doyle Kane trying to get to first, now to second. Trimble gets all the way to third, and he'll stop there. Trimble returns to first. It's a 2-out single for Doyle Kane on a little fister that Kelly Coral had an in-between hop and a tough play for him. He tried to catch it at first and then realized it was going to land in front of him, and it goes down as a single for Doyle Kane to advance Justin Trimble all the way to third. And now Austin Cavanis will be the batter with 2 down, runners in the corners. The Raptors trying to score in each of the first 3 innings. Scored 1 in the first, doubled that in the second, and have not yet scored in the third, but they scored both of their runs last inning with 2 outs. They do have 2 away right now. Cavanis, who had a fly-out, hard-hit ball to center field in his first at-bat last inning, takes a pitch that didn't miss by much. Wyatt Clark asking, was it outside? Where was it? I never did see the home plate umpire Nick Hudlow answer him. I think it must have been off the plate just a bit. 1-0 the count to Cavanis, 2 down. Raptors up by 2. Off-speed pitch, he again hits it to center field, but again playable for Aaron Stinnett, who makes the catch. And Cavanis has made good contact in both of his at-bats in his Raptors debut, but both of them fall into the glove of Aaron Stinnett in center field. The Raptors go scoreless for the first time today. No runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left on. We are through 3 innings from the Rourke. It's the Raptors 3 and the Riverhawks 1.
Hey baseball fans, after the game visit A, the area's premier gaming, dining, entertainment, and meeting destination. A is a proud supporter of the Ridgefield Raptors and the perfect place to meet up with friends after a Raptors win for dinner, drinks, and great times. Keep the fun and excitement going after the 9th inning and grab beers at Tom's Urban, or enjoy a perfectly cooked porterhouse at Michael Jordan's Steakhouse. With 100,000 square feet of gaming space, 15 different restaurants, bars, and retail outlets to choose from, A has just what you need to turn your night at the ballgame into a night you won't forget. A, just off I-5 at exit 16, ILANIresort.com.
Ridgefield Main Street is working to keep our small town charm intact while enhancing the economic opportunities for businesses located in our downtown. Follow Pioneer Street West to experience the heart of Ridgefield.
Through 3 innings from the Ridgefield Outdoor Recreation Complex in Ridgefield, Washington and Clark County, the Edmonton Riverhawks in their debut game in the USA have 1 run on 1 hit and no errors. The Ridgefield Raptors 3 runs on 6 hits and no errors. Braden Markham, who has pitched well so far for the Raptors this season and today, enters the 4th inning with just 1 hit allowed. A solo home run to Clayton Lowranger, who will bat second this inning. Will Rogers bats first. First pitch is a hard hit ground ball to Hopper to Trimble. He's got time, throws low and errantly. And Safea Mawai unable to pick it out of the turf like he did on the previous throw from Trimble. This one he handcuffs and bounces back into the infield to go down as an error on the third baseman. And on the first pitch of the inning, and the 31st pitch of the day for Braden Markham, is the first misplay behind him. And it puts Will Rogers on first base. Clayton Low Ranger, the batter, a home run on the first pitch he saw in his first at-bat. Now the second pitch he sees, he also swings at, but does not get the barrel and fouls it back into the netting, 0-1. Low Ranger slotting it over the right center field wall to get Edmonton on the board. But in between that home run and his next at-bat, Ridgefield had scored 3 runs. So it's now 3-1 Raptors. He's at the plate, though, with a chance to tie it if he does the same thing. Swings and puts one on the ground through the left side. Welker dove for it, but the shortstop could not get in front. And it's the second guy to reach here in this inning. An error and then a base hit for Clayton Low Ranger. And now Edmonton's in business with runners in first and second, nobody out. And Ivan Breathauer, the batter. Got his Arizona State teammate in scoring position. Will Rogers at second, Clayton Low Ranger at first, Breathauer the batter. He lined out to first base in his only at-bat so far. Infield and double play depth. First pitch to Breathauer, swings and barrels it to center field. Going back on the ball and giving up is the center fielder Cavanis, and that ball is over the batter's eye and gone. Straight away center field, and Breathauer has his 4th home run of the season. He's now tied for the league lead. And the Riverhawks lead it 4-3. Low Ranger scores, Rogers scores. The Riverhawks have the lead again on a 3-run home run by Ivan Breathauer. 107 miles an hour off the bat. And Edmonton back up by a run. So the error comes back to bite the Raptors. An unearned run is the difference right now. 4-3 lead for Edmonton. Still nobody out. And the Riverhawks continue to swing a lot at the first pitch. Markham has not had his pitch count elevated yet. He came into this inning with 30 pitches. He has thrown 6 so far this inning, all of them for strikes, to 4 different batters. Now a curveball taken for a strike. Rogers reached on an error on the first pitch. Low Ranger singled. And Breathauer homered on the first pitch. Here's the 7th pitch of the inning. 0-2, popped up on the infield and playable. Which infielder is going to call for it? It's going to be Sharp, the catcher, who makes a basket catch. The catcher comes out almost to the mound to make that grab. The infield is playing back, and so nobody able to camp underneath it, and Jacob Sharp ends up making the grab for Tom Poole flying out, popping out. And there is finally 1 out here in the 4th inning. So 3 runs in the inning, all in a row, but now a pop out, and Austin Chenard, the batter. And now he flies one to center field, tailing towards the right center gap, and that one has some home run distance. It hits the top of the wall. Chenard's digging for second, and Cavanis gets the ball back in. He leaped up towards the wall, trying to snag that one. It hits the top of the fence, and Chenard has himself a 1-out double.
Now batting third baseman number 18, Mitch Wood.
So after Braden Markham had come into this inning with just 1 hit allowed, the Riverhawks have pounced on him a little bit and gotten 3 hard hit balls. A home run over the batter's eye and a double off the top of the wall. This ballpark does play small. It's, I don't know if I'd say a pitcher's nightmare, but closer to that end of the spectrum than a pitcher's ballpark. And so Markham shouldn't be too hard on himself. Some of those fly balls would not be home runs in other parks, but they were well hit. I mean, the 107-mile-an-hour one by Breathauer probably would have been gone in several ballparks. But as it stands, Markham with 1 out and tosses in a strike. He's done a good job of not getting behind hitters. He has not walked anybody today. Ridgefield still out-hitting Edmonton, 6-4 in that category, but Edmonton with 2 home runs. They lead 4-3 over the Raptors, top of the 4th. Braden Markham from the stretch with the runner on second. The 0-1 offering is laced down the third baseline, foul. There is some activity in the Ridgefield bullpen. Jacob Kokeni is expected to pitch at some point today. Jet Lotus is going to throw today for the Raptors, making his season debut, but a returner on the squad. Kokeni is in the bullpen right now throwing. There's a curveball outside. And it's a 1-2 count to Mitch Wood, the batter, out of University of Iowa. He popped out to the shortstop in his first at-bat. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Insurance run at second base for the Riverhawks. They lead by a run here in the series opener. Markham takes a peek back at second. The 1-2 pitch inside. 2 balls and 2 strikes from Braden Markham, the Rainier, Oregon product. Conference Player of the Year. Had given up just 1 run on the season coming into today. So this has been his most difficult inning on the year so far. Trying to settle things down, and if he gets out of this, even a 3-run inning still keeps the game close. Ridgefield only down by 1. Fastball high and away, and the count is now full. Mitch Wood at the plate. Aaron Stinnett on deck. Still only 1 out here in the 4th inning. A 3-run home run for Ivan Breathauer, and they're threatening again with a runner in scoring position. Braden Markham comes set with his hands just over his belt, looks back at second once. Here's the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Big strikeout for Braden Markham. His 3rd punch out of the day. And now he's 1 out away from getting out of this, stranding a runner in scoring position, keeping it a 1-run game. You know the Raptors are probably good for a few more runs today with arguably the top offense in the league. They are first in the West Coast League in runs per game. And so 1 more out here would go a long way. His first pitch to Aaron Stinnett is fouled away over his father's head. Kelly Stinnett in the third base coaching box. His college coach, his summer league coach, his father, and the first-year head coach with the Edmonton Riverhawks. He had played some minor league ball up in Calgary and a couple places in Canada, so Kelly Stinnett, well-versed in Canadian baseball. Now watching his son play in Ridgefield, takes a strike. It's 0-2. Runner on second for the Riverhawks. Stinnett the batter. Kelly Coral on deck with 2 away in the 4th. Braden Markham looking into his battery mate, Jacob Sharp, and comes set. Decent-sized lead from second base for Chenard. The kick and the 0-2 is outside, ball 1. Stinnett is not the only coach's son on the roster. He's got his brother here as well, Alex, and then the runner on second, Austin Chenard, his dad, is also a coach. Bobby Chenard, met him earlier today, one of the coaches with the Riverhawks. 1-2 pitch, tails under the zone, and a 2-2 count to Aaron Stinnett, hitting .207 so far in the year. He grounded out to short in his first at-bat for the Park University outfielder. 2-2 the count with 2 away from Braden Markham. Under the sun here in Ridgefield. Here's the pitch. Curveball hit towards second base and playable for Jake Sukata. And he makes his first assist as a Raptor, and it ends the inning. 3 runs do come in for the Edmonton Riverhawks on 3 hits, 1 left on, and 1 error along the way, and 1 strikeout for Braden Markham. We head to the bottom of the 4th. The Riverhawks take the lead right back. Second lead change of the game. Ridgefield wants a 3rd lead change. They'll go for that next inning. 4-3 Riverhawks. Stay with us on the Raptors live stream.
I'm all about keeping my family driving safe.
First base. And it's only at bat so far. Infield and double play depth. First pitch to Breathauer, swings and barrels it to center field. Going back on the ball and giving up is the center fielder Cavanis, and that ball is over the batter's eye and gone. Straight away center field, and Breathauer has his 4th home run of the season. He's now tied for the league lead, and the Riverhawks lead it 4-3. 3 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2
mortgage lender. She has over 30 years rounding the bases to a new home and loves helping families build their dreams. Know anyone buying their first home? Would you like to make a cash offer on your next purchase? Evergreen Home Loans can help with several loan options. Call Dawn today to get started, 360-608-7438. Again, that's 360-608-7438. She would love to send you home. Go Raptors!
Well, it's Safea Mawai to lead off, followed by Travis Welker and Jake Sukata in the bottom of the fourth inning. Ridgefield trailing again. They got down 1-0 early in the ball game, tied it up in the bottom of the first, took the lead next inning, held on to it for 2 innings, and then relinquished it in the fourth. And now come up in the bottom of the fourth, down 4-3. Safea Mawai turns away from a ball up and in from Wyatt Clark. Gave up an RBI single to Safea Mawai. That took the lead in his first and only at-bat so far. Now swings, and it's a chopper on the right side. That'll dribble foul on the first base portion of the Rourke, with the shadows lengthening. Still about an hour away from sunset here in Ridgefield, but mostly under the sun. Hour and a half away from sunset here in southwest Washington. Edmonton making the trip down. They were at home last week, went 1-2 against Portland and 2-1 against Port Angeles, which was their first series win in team history, is their most recent one. Now a ball low to Safea Mawai. It's 2-1. A team founded by Randy Gregg, 5-time Stanley Cup winner, and helps get baseball back to Edmonton in the West Coast League. Long trip out to Alberta, but good to see the league expanding. 2-1 offering to Safea Mawai, and he pounds it down the right field line, but foul. 2-2 pitch, 106 miles an hour on the foul ball. Straighten that one out, and it's got some serious distance on it. So far of a trip to Alberta for teams who go that far that the West Coast League has agreed to subsidize travel for the teams visiting. Ridgefield does not make the trip to Edmonton this summer. Here's an off-speed pitch popped high and foul the opposite way down the third baseline. And another foul ball. Remains a 2-2 count to Safea Mawai. Ridgefield hosting Edmonton for this series. The only time these two teams will play against each other. Today, tomorrow, and Thursday. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Mawai. Off speed just inside. Wyatt Clark wanted a punch out. He'll have to work through a full count to get it on Safea Mawai. He's singled back up the middle for his RBI in the second inning. Now in his second at bat, a team leading 11 RBIs on the year. For the left-hand hitting first baseman. Payoff pitch. He cues it off the end of the barrel and stays alive again for a third foul ball with 2 strikes. And Safea Mawai battles through against Wyatt Clark. Now the field shrouded in clouds. Doesn't hurt. Mawai now not dealing with the sun. Could see the spin. Here's the payoff pitch to him. Breaking ball. Takes a hack at it and wasn't on time with it. Strikes out for 1 away in the fourth. We'll bring up Travis Welker. Top of the order comes up after this. Jake Sukata is now on deck. 1 out, base is empty for the Raptors, who trail 4-3. Ridgefield 5-3 on the year, trying to avoid their first time losing consecutive games. Did have a 3-game losing streak snapped by Nanaimo, and for the first time lost a series, but still 5-3. Pretty good record to start the year, and now with pretty much their full roster here now, we're trying to build some rhythm after a pretty good start. Welker takes high. It's ball 1 to the Fresno State infielder. 1 out, and Wyatt Clark deals a changeup for a strike. 1-1 the count to Travis Welker, who walked on 4 pitches in the second inning. Got stranded at third base later that frame, but his walk did help. It pushed Will Chambers ahead of base. Welker swings on a pitch down and in. It's 1-2 to Travis out of Santa Ynez, California. Played at the JC level for a couple of years before going to Fresno State. 1-2 pitch, two-seam fastball, got him to swing over it. Strike three. And Wyatt Clark has himself a 4-pitch strikeout to get 2 straight outs here in the fourth. Pitching well with the lead. Had a 1-0 advantage for his first inning of work back in the first inning, but walked a guy in 4 pitches, and that guy scored the tying run. That was Jake Sukata. Jake is now back up at the plate. Again, trailing by 1. Sukata lines the ball right at the second baseman, Espinoza, who puts it away to bury his fellow second baseman. And the fourth inning ends with a lineout by Sukata. Quick inning for Will Clark. A strikeout, another strikeout, and a lineout. And the Raptors go silent in the fourth inning. We will come back for the fifth in a moment. The Raptors trail 4-3 to the Edmonton Riverhawks.
Are you looking for a career that's team-oriented with great pay and great benefits? Then look no further than C-Tran. We're looking for individuals to join our team. We offer paid vacations, holidays, and sick days, plus exceptional medical and dental coverage, educational assistance, a paid fitness program, PERS retirement, and so much more. Be a part of C-Tran's diverse family, where we put the care back in career. Check us out at c-tran.com/careers.
Listen up, baseball fans. Head into Safeway to score on great deals all season long. Safeway has everyone's tailgating favorites, from fried chicken and party subs to fresh cut fruit and veggie trays and tons of easy meal options. Satisfy your whole team for the ultimate game day experience. And you can save a cartload of time with Safeway Drive Up and Go. Just shop online at Safeway.com, head to the store, and we'll bring your groceries right to your car. Safeway, sponsor of the Ridgefield Raptors.
Braden Markham's day is done. Pitched fairly well. Last inning got a little bit away from him. Markham goes 4 innings, allows 4 runs, 3 of them earned, 4 hits, 3 strikeouts. Maybe most importantly, did not walk a batter. And so he keeps the game close. Ridgefield trails by a run as we enter the top of the 5th inning. And the first guy out of the bullpen today for the Raptors is a right-hander from San Diego Christian College. It is Jacob Kokeni. And a good week up in Canada. A couple scoreless innings against Kelowna, or Nanaimo, I mean, in that game, and has pitched well so far for Ridgefield. Kokeni comes in with 5 innings so far on the year. Pitched against both Kelowna and Nanaimo. I said one or the other. Which one was it? It was both. That's what it was. 2 innings, scoreless both times. There were 2 unearned runs against Nanaimo. Has given up 4 hits in 5 innings. 9 strikeouts and 1 walk for Jacob Kokeni. 1-run deficit for the Raptors, top of the 5th. And his first pitch is roped towards third base by the leadoff man Kelly Coral, and it lands in shallow left field for a base hit. Edmonton continues to attack early in the count, and a first pitch single to left field for Kelly Coral. Back to the top of the order, and Javi Espinoza, the batter. A returning West Coast League player. Played the Northern Washington last year for the lefties, Port Angeles lefties. Played 46 games in Port Angeles last year, and then hit .240 at St. Mary's College this past spring. Espinoza at the plate, and a fastball away for ball 1. Speaking of Port Angeles, heard the news today. They signed a new center fielder. It's not all that unusual. Get new roster signings every day and guys coming in from various colleges. But here's the thing. Port Angeles' new center fielder, who's starting today and signed for the rest of the summer, is 11-year NFL veteran and Super Bowl champion Golden Tate. A fly ball into right center by Javi Espinoza. It splits the outfielders. It'll get down for at least a single, advance the runner to third. Espinoza does stop at first. It's a no-out single for Espinoza. Kelly Coral into third base. And now it'll be Will Rogers with runners in the corners, nobody out. So the first 2 guys reach on singles off of Jacob Kokeni. And now Ridgefield in a little bit of trouble here. They only trailed by a run, a manageable deficit, but that could get a little testy here. Top of the 5th inning. Wind blowing out towards right for Will Rogers. 4-3 margin. Ridgefield trailing. Both teams with 6 hits now. Rogers at the plate. Led off last inning and reached on an error. Takes a check swing and fouls it off the small part of the bat for strike 1. 0-1 the count to Will Rogers. So Golden Tate signing with Port Angeles. He played baseball at Notre Dame, was obviously more well known for football, and played for the Seattle Seahawks and a couple different teams in the NFL. Won a Super Bowl with Seattle, Pro Bowler, and 11 years in the NFL with 3 different teams. A breaking ball for a strike from Kokeni. It's 0-2. Runners in the corners. So Golden Tate starting in center field tonight against the Bend Elks. I'll check the box score in a little bit, see how he's doing. 0-2 the count from Jacob Kokeni with the infield and double play depth. Breaking ball that nearly hit the batter, almost dropped into the zone. It's inside for ball 1 to Will Rogers. 0-2 on the day, but did score in the 4th inning. Led off by reaching on an error and then scored in the home run. And his run is essentially the difference. 4-3 lead for the Riverhawks. Here's the 1-2 from Kokeni. Fastball hit into left field and playable for Kane. It might be deep enough to score a run. And the runner bluffs and does not come home. Good throw by Doyle Kane. And it's an unproductive out. Fly out to left field. The runners hold. And it remains a 4-3 ball game. Edmonton still in front by a run. Clayton Low Ranger the batter. And Kokeni gets a big out. Is as good as a strikeout there with the runners holding. And Low Ranger the batter. He is on a 10-game hit streak to open the year. He's 2 for 2 today. A single to left through the left side and a home run to right center. Swung at the first pitch in the home run. This time not close. A ball outside. Golden Tate is the first player in the West Coast League to be a former NFL player to come back to play baseball in the Collegiate Summer League. A foul ball down the left side. The rule is you have to have college eligibility remaining to play in the West Coast League. Got to be college players, and Golden Tate, who played football and baseball at Notre Dame, does have eligibility left. I haven't heard if he is going back to college or if it's at Notre Dame or if he intends to play college baseball, but to be in the West Coast League, he has to have eligibility left, so there he goes. Runners in the corners. Kokeni throws over to first. Good pick by Mawai to hold on to that one. Otherwise, the runner from third could have scored. Edmonton up by a run, top of the 5th. Now, Ridgefield, or the West Coast League, has had 2 NFL players, but they were future NFL players. Jake Locker and Jordan Poyer both played in the West Coast League a few years back. Here's the 1-1. It's away for ball 2 from Kokeni. Locker, while he was a football player at University of Washington, played some ball in the West Coast League. Jordan Poyer, the football player at Oregon State, who then became a star safety in the NFL for the Buffalo Bills. Also a good athlete, two-way player. 2-1 the count from Kokeni. Kicks with a runner going from first. It's outside, no throw from Jacob Sharp. And a stolen base for Javi Espinoza. Puts runners on second and third for the Riverhawks. And still only 1 out in the 5th. So no force anywhere except at first base. The middle infielders spread out a bit without the double play opportunity. Here's the 3-1 pitch. It's in the dirt, and Sharp lets it go by him a little bit. The runners don't advance, but it is a walk to load the bases. Clayton Low Ranger reaches, and now Ivan Breathauer, who had a 3-run home run last inning, is up with the bases loaded. Nobody in the league has more home runs than Ivan Breathauer. He's got 4, including the 107-mile-an-hour jack last inning over the batter's eye in center field. And now he could really break this game open, or Jacob Kokeni could get a momentum-changing put-out here off of Ivan Breathauer out of Arizona State University. From Olathe, Kansas, stands at 6'6", 240. Jacob Sharp comes out to chat with Kokeni for a bit before the Breathauer at-bat. He came in hitting just 195, but he's a true Joey Gallo-type player. Batting average not too high, below the Mendoza line, but he's plenty productive with a double and 3 home runs coming in and a home run today. Bases are loaded, 1 out. First pitch to Breathauer. Breaking ball, he hammers to left field. Doyle Kane going back, running out of room, and he makes the catch at the top of the wall. Doyle Kane leaps up and steals one away from Ivan Breathauer. Doyle Kane right in front of the Ridgefield bullpen leaps up and steals one at the top of the wall for a huge second out. It does score a run. Coming in from third is Kelly Coral to put Edmonton up 5-3. But off the bat, I thought that was a grand slam, and Doyle Kane takes it away. I'm not sure if it would have gotten over the wall. It was right at the top of the fence, and Kane leapt up and stole it away for out number 2. On the first pitch, Breathauer took the breath away from the Raptors, but Doyle Kane maintains life here in Ridgefield. First pitch away to Tom Poole. Huge out by Doyle Kane, and he's a first baseman playing out there in left field, and he flashes the leather for out number 2. Kokeni with a fastball just outside to Poole. 2 balls and no strikes. Kokeni dealing with some trouble here in the 5th inning, but just 1 run in so far. That was the first earned run he's given up all year there on that great catch and sack fly by Breathauer. 2-0 pitch is down in the dirt away, ball 3. So bases no longer loaded. It's first and second for the Riverhawks. Espinoza in scoring position. Clayton Lowranger at first, and a pitch just outside, and the bases are reloaded. A 4-pitch walk to Tom Poole right after the great catch by Doyle Kane. And now the Riverhawks again threatening. Chenard, the batter who doubled last inning. If Kokeni can get him out, 1 run in is not the worst thing in the world. It's just a 2-run margin, but Chenard, if he powers one into a gap, could really dig the knife deep into Ridgefield's chest. Could make this a 4-run ball game or worse. 2 outs, top of the 5th. Edmonton 5, Ridgefield 3 here in the series opener. Clouds covering the field again with the breaking ball catching the inner half for strike 1. Kokeni started this inning with a first pitch single to Kelly Coral. Then Javi Espinoza singled right after that. Will Rogers flew out. Here's the next pitch that's launched high to left field, tailing foul. The wind nearly keeping it in fair territory. It lands in front of the home run wall and outside of the retaining wall on the left field side, foul. And an 0-2 count to Austin Chenard. He doubled to right center field on a ball that nearly got out of the park. Edmonton has already hit 2 home runs today and 2 other balls that got to the top of the fence. One of them for a double, the other one snagged by Doyle Kane at the top of the wall. 0-2 pitch to Chenard is swung on, grounder towards short. 3-hopper to Travis Welker, takes his time, throws to first in time. And Ridgefield strands the bases loaded. 1 run does come in on a sac fly that nearly got out for a grand slam, but Doyle Kane highlights the inning with the catch. But Edmonton does lead it 5-3. We're halfway through this game. Bottom of the 5th coming up. Don't go away.
Holt Homes is proud to be a local builder. We embrace all that is special about Oregon and Southwest Washington. The natural beauty of the landscape, the dynamic climate, the community that brings us together. It's why we live and build in this place that we love. Holt Homes, built for the Pacific Northwest. Find home today at holtpnw.com.
Are you looking for a career that's team-oriented with great pay and great benefits? Then look no further than C-Tran. We're looking for individuals to join our team. We offer paid vacations, holidays, and sick days, plus exceptional medical and dental coverage, educational assistance, a paid fitness program, careers retirement, and so much more. Be a part of C-Tran's diverse family, where we put the care back in career. Check us out at c-tran.com/careers.
We head to the bottom of the fifth here in Ridgefield with the Edmonton Riverhawks leading 5-3 over the Ridgefield Raptors. Trent Prokes will lead off, followed by Jacob Sharp and Justin Trimble, middle of the order, to face a new pitcher for the Edmonton Riverhawks. Connor Wanhela is the new pitcher. Wanhela, a right-hander for the Riverhawks, makes his first inning of work here in this ball game. And making his debut, I believe, for the Riverhawks, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, he has not pitched in a game yet for Edmonton, so here's his debut against Ridgefield. Trent Prokes at the plate to begin the bottom of the fifth. 2-run deficit for the Raptors. And Prokes takes a ball outside. In Port Angeles, their starting center fielder today is Golden Tate. Mentioned that earlier. He's batting second in the lineup. The former NFL players. Prokes sprays one towards left field, pretty deep towards the warning track, but low ranger going back and makes the catch, puts his hands up against the wall, and that's one away here in the fifth inning. Jacob Sharp, the batter. So Golden Tate follows his 11-year NFL career, comes back to play in the West Coast League, drafted twice in the MLB draft, one of them the same year the Seahawks drafted him. He chose the Seahawks and played 11 years in the NFL, won a Super Bowl. Now today he makes his West Coast League debut. He's gotten 2 at-bats. He's got 2 base hits and an RBI for Golden Tate and a run scored. And Jacob Sharp on the first pitch gets hit in the middle of the back, and a hit by pitch for Jacob Sharp. He's okay and trots down to first, and a base runner for the Raptors to bring up Justin Trimble. Trimble got his first base hit as a Raptor, his most recent plate appearance. In the third inning, he singled to right field. He's 1 for 2 today. 6'4" third baseman. Just got 7 at-bats this year for the University of Santa Barbara. 1 hit on the season in the 7 games played for the Gauchos this spring. First pitch to him is taken high. His first at-bat ever for UCSB was against Pepperdine. The starting shortstop that day for the Pepperdine Waves was former Raptor John Peck. Played against each other that day. Gauchos versus Waves. 1-0 pitch, and Trimble checks his swing. It's on the outside corner for strike one. John Peck had an excellent year last year, mostly the second baseman for the Raptors, and was arguably the best hitter on the team, at least at times, for a guy who had only spent 1 year in college. And he's got some real professional baseball opportunity. 1-1 offering is down the middle for strike 2. Runner on first for the Raptors, 1 away. Bottom of the fifth inning. Edmonton leading 5-3. Justin Trimble at the plate. 1 for 2 on the day, making his debut for Ridgefield today. Sharp has to get back quickly on a pickoff move from Wanhela. 1 out and 1 on for the Raptors here in the fifth. Will Chambers is on deck. Doyle Kane would be up next. If the inning lasts that long, pitching out of the stretch is Wanhela. Here's the 1-2 with the runner going. It's down in the dirt, but a good pick by the catcher. But Chenard's throw is not in time, but Sharp is still called out. He came off the bag. And it'll go down as a caught stealing for Jacob Sharp, who got into the base on time. But the field umpire, Vinny Mariani, saying he did not maintain his possession of second base. And Jacob Sharp is put out on a caught stealing. 2 down, bases empty for Justin Trimble. Good throw from Chenard. That ball in the dirt, and he skipped it up and threw accurately. Here's Trimble's ground ball, a roller to Espinoza, and the inning is over on a 4-3 putout. Wanhela faces the minimum in the fifth inning. Gets a caught stealing along the way. No hits and no runs. And Ridgefield silent in the fifth. 5-3, the lead for Edmonton here at the Rourke. 6th inning coming up.
C-Tran is your public transit system offering service in Clark County and beyond. Catch local service in Clark County, plus regional and express service to Portland. And now you can ride the current C-Trans new on-demand service operating in Ridgefield and other areas. So leave the driving to us. C-Tran will take you out to the ball game and anywhere else you need to go. Visit c-tran.com for more information. C-Tran, our community, our promise.
Dick Hanna Dealerships is proud to welcome everyone back to support our Ridgefield Raptors. Just in time for warm summer nights with family and friends, lounging on the lawn, or eating dogs in the stands. Feels good to be back. In business for over 70 years, Dick Hanna Dealerships is a local, family-owned business with locations in Vancouver, Kelso, and Portland. Choose from thousands of cars and 12 new car brands. Experience nice in the car business. Dick Hanna Dealerships. Believe in nice. Now play ball.
Well, 4 new teams joined the West Coast League this year, 3 of them in Canada. And the Edmonton Riverhawks for the first time making their appearance in Ridgefield. They lead the Raptors 5-3 as we meander on to the 6th inning. The new teams around the league are off to a decent start. It's hard to play well in your first year as a ball club. Most teams will not make the playoffs in their first year. Most teams in the league making their debut, 4 of them, like I said, are mostly around the 500 mark or a little bit lower. Springfield, the Drifters down in the lower Willamette Valley, below near Eugene, are 4-8 on the year, as is Edmonton. The Nanaimo Nighthawks, or Night Owls, are 5-7. Kamloops has been the best team so far of the newcomers. They're 7-5. Kamloops North Paws in British Columbia. Jacob Kokeni back to the mound, top of the 6th inning, and Edmonton. I keep on repeating myself, but they keep on doing the same thing. Swinging at the first pitch, this one fouled away by Mitch Wood. Kokeni had a tough inning last frame, had to face 7 batters, gave up just 1 run. It was, for all it ended up to be, it was not the worst, just the 1 score for Edmonton, but he stranded the bases loaded, gave up a couple really hard-hit balls, one of them a stolen home run by Doyle Kane. And now is ahead 0-1 to Mitch Wood. Leadoff man here in the 6th. The next pitch, a looping breaking ball above the helmet of Wood for ball 1. Jacob Kokeni, who, like I said, had to face 11 batters, but only needed to throw 21 pitches in the inning. A lot of first pitch strikes, a lot of swinging at the first pitch from Edmonton. Now a pop fly on the infield, towering, and everybody's coming in for it. Who's going to call for it? And it's the third baseman, Trimble, who runs into the last moment to basket catch that one hip high on a ball that was up in the air for 45 seconds. And Trimble makes the grab. Second time a pop fly has been really high, but still not the easiest catch. Trimble had to run in a long ways to get it. And it goes down as a pop-up to the third baseman. Aaron Stinnett, the batter, 0 for 2 in the day with 2 ground outs. 1 away, bases empty. He wanted to bunt, but it's outside for ball 1. 5-3 lead for the Riverhawks. In Port Angeles, the lefties leading the Bend Elks 3-2. Golden Tate getting the start for the lefties. The ball high here. It's 2-0 from Kokeni. Golden Tate, the former NFL player, bats second in the lineup. Bottom of the first inning, gets to a 2-0 count, and then doubles on the first swing that he takes. Then gets an at-bat the next inning. First pitch, singles. So he's 2 for 2 with an RBI for the former Seattle Seahawk. 3-0 the count now from Kokeni after missing to Aaron Stinnett. 5-3 lead for Edmonton, top of the 6th inning here in Ridgefield. Kokeni locates. And it's a 3-1 count to Aaron Stinnett. Now, I mentioned those new teams in the league. Kamloops, who has the best record of the newcomers. There's also 2 returners to the league, Kelowna and Victoria. 3-1 pitch is outside ball 4. And a 5-pitch walk to Aaron Stinnett. Runner on first for the Riverhawks. Just the second walk allowed today by the Raptors. Kelly Coral, the batter. Braden Markham went 4 innings, gave up 3 earned. And Jacob Kokeni gave up 1 run in the 5th, as 1 on, 1 out in the 6th. Kelly Coral, who's 1 for 2 on the day, swings at the first pitch yet again and fouls it away. It's 0-1 to Kelly Coral out of Paradise Valley Community College. Good catch in the stands by a fan. Paradise Valley Community College in Phoenix, Arizona. He's batting .250 on the year for the Riverhawks with 1 double. Infield shaded towards double play depth. The 0-1 pitch from Kokeni from the stretch. Fastball foul towards the same direction. It's 0-2. Now the returners to the league, Kelowna and Victoria, played in the West Coast League before COVID. Kelowna, an inaugural member in the WCL, which has existed as a league since 2005. Kelowna predates the league. They used to play in the PIL. They're 4-5 on the year. Victoria 6-5. Returning to the league for the first time in 3 years. Ground ball on the 0-2 pitch. Underhanding is Welker to second base. The throw high from Sukata and does not get the double play. It's a fielder's choice. 6-4 to get the second out of the inning. But Kelly Coral reaches. Aaron Stinnett put out at second. Had a chance at a double play, but Sukata airmailed it a bit. Mawai did a good job of grabbing it, but had to leap up off of first base and couldn't quite slap the tag down on Kelly Coral. So 2 down, runner on first, and Javi Espinoza is the batter. A little bit of shadows in the infield. Most of the field is in the sun, but just a little bit of shadows on the left side of the infield, crossing a sliver in between the plate and the mound, and so might help the pitcher a little bit. That ball passing through the shadow. Looping fly ball to left field towards Doyle Kane. Doesn't need to rob a home run on this one. Just an easy catch in left field. And Espinoza is out. 2 in the inning. Kokeni deals a scoreless 6th inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. And 1 left on for the Riverhawks in the 6th. Ridgefield will come up in the bottom half of the 6th inning, trailing by 2. Will Chambers will lead off. Stay with us on the Raptors live stream.
A .380 batting average is like using Dawn as your mortgage lender. She has over 30 years rounding the bases to a new home and loves helping families build their dreams. Know anyone buying their first home? Would you like to make a cash offer on your next purchase? Evergreen Home Loans can help with several loan options. Call Dawn today to get started. 360-608-7438. Again, that's 360-608-7438. She would love to send you home. Go Raptors!
This is WSU Vancouver, Southwest Washington's only 4-year research university. Whether in person or via distance delivery, WSU Vancouver offers high-quality education and an employer-respected degree. You'll get a small school feel in the kind of place where you know you matter. Here, you'll get personalized education that brings out the best in you and inspires you to achieve your highest goals. Now, what are you waiting for? Apply today.
Will Chambers will lead off in the bottom of 6. 5-3 deficit for the Raptors. First game ever against Edmonton. First game of a 6-game homestand for the Raptors. Beautiful sky and great night here in Ridgefield for a comeback. How about as Connor Wanhella throws a strike past Will Chambers, who swings and misses. And the designated hitter, who's 1 for 2 on the day with a fly out to the warning track in center field. And a hard hit single to right field on the day, is behind 0-1. Chambers takes the second pitch on the outer half and an 0-2 count to the switch hitter from Utah Tech University. Out of Southern California, grew up in Val Verde. He's behind 0-2, leading off the 6th inning. The next pitch from Wanhella darts low for ball 1. To Will Chambers, went to West Ranch High School in Stevenson Ranch, California. A lot of good players come from there. Softball players, too. The Harper family, for example. 1-2 pitch swung on and missed. And Will Chambers is down on 4 pitches. 1 away in the 6th inning. Ridgefield has not struck out a lot today, just the 4th punch out. Doyle Kane is up next. He's 1 for 2. Kane's best play of the night, however, in left field. It was hard to tell. It was right at the top of the wall if Kane had stolen a home run or if it would have clipped the top of the fence had he not been there. Kane, the first pitch here, he swings. Hard hit ground ball to short. Diving stop by Kelly Coral. He gets up, throws across in time. Doyle Kane put out on the first pitch. And there's quickly 2 outs here in the 6th inning. I did ask around the press box for a consensus. Do you think that ball would have been out? And the answer, we all unanimously decided yes, that ball would have been a home run a couple innings ago that Doyle Kane made the catch on to the bullpen in left field and stole a home run. Would have been a grand slam for Edmonton. Ended up as a sac fly and was the only run that they scored in the inning. Keeps it a closer ball game. Ridgefield does trail by 2, however. Austin Cavanis, the batter, and takes low 1-0. 2 outs and the base is empty for the Cal Poly left-handed hitter. Next pitch to Cavanis as well outside for ball 2. Cavanis has flown out twice today, both to the center fielder, and didn't get an at-bat the last couple of innings. He's had time to think about how to face these Edmonton pitchers. 2-0 count is low, ball 3. He is facing a different pitcher for the first time. It was Wyatt Clark he flew out against twice. Now facing Connor Wanhella for the first time in the 2nd inning of work for Edmonton. Deals outside, and it's ball 4. And Austin Cavanis draws the walk. His first time reaching as a Raptor.
That'll bring up the first baseman, number 10, Safaya Mawai.
And so Safaya Mawai will be the hitter. He's 1 for 2 on the day with an RBI. Gave the Raptors the lead back in the 2nd inning after Ridgefield had gotten down by a run. Tied the game. And then Mawai's RBI gave Ridgefield the lead, but Edmonton came back to take it away a couple innings later. Mawai could help Ridgefield with the 2-out rally here. Takes a strike. It's 0-1. Runner on first. Travis Welker on deck. Safaya Mawai, left-handed hitter, playing first base today. He's also played all 3 outfield positions. Mostly corner outfield. He's not really a center fielder, but late in the game in one of the Canadian games last week, with a lot of switches made and Ridgefield short on outfielders, they had to put him at center. He kind of thought it was a joke and then realized, oh, you really want me to go to center? Okay, I'll do it, and played well. 0-1 pitch. He hits it off the end of the barrel. It's 0-2 to Safaya Mawai. Ridgefield trailing 5-3. Won the first 2 games on that road trip in Canada, and then won 1 of 3 games against Nanaimo. Outscored the Night Owls, easily, in fact, but lost 2 of the 3. 0-2 pitch. Mawai gets a hold of it. Hard hit fly ball down the left field line, but Kelly Coral running over. It's Low Ranger who sprints towards the foul line and makes the catch on the run, stealing extra bases from Safaya Mawai. And the inning is over. No runs on no hits, and 1 left on for the Raptors in the 6th inning. Ridgefield will head to the 7th with a 2-run deficit. 5-3 is the margin. Stay with us on the Raptors live stream.
Ridgefield Main Street supports the Raptors and is dedicated to preserving the cultural heritage of downtown Ridgefield while advocating for its future. See you downtown and at ridgefieldmainstreet.com.
The Ridgefield Raptors are back, where the entire family can watch top-level college baseball players live at the Rourke. Now, kids 12 and under get in free with a paid adult for all Sunday afternoon Raptors games. Enjoy local Southwest Washington baseball with the whole family this summer. Sunday games are at 105 and are presented by Peace Health and the Columbian. Come cheer on your Ridgefield Raptors all season long. Get your tickets now at ridgefieldraptors.com. Go Raptors!
Hey baseball fans, after the game visit A, the area's premier gaming, dining, entertainment, and meeting destination. A is a proud supporter of the Ridgefield Raptors and the perfect place to meet up with friends after a Raptors win for dinner, drinks, and great times. Keep the fun and excitement going after the 9th inning and grab beers at Tom's Urban, or enjoy a perfectly cooked porterhouse at Michael Jordan's Steakhouse. With 100,000 square feet of gaming space, 15 different restaurants, bars, and retail outlets to choose from, A has just what you need to turn your night at the ballgame into a night you won't forget. A, just off I-5 at exit 16, ILANIresort.com.
Jacob Kokeni back to the mound for a third inning for the Raptors. As we enter the top of the 7th, Ridgefield 3, Edmonton 5 in this ball game. One correction to make for Edmonton. Their pitcher the last couple of innings wearing 37. They had a different guy listed on their roster as 37, and then a change made on a more recent roster and double checking. So on the mound, Kyle Bratzett has been the pitcher out of San Jose State for Edmonton. So still trying to figure out all the guys on the roster and all that, but so clarification, Kyle Bratzett been the pitcher for Edmonton. Kokeni is on the mound for Ridgefield. Jacob deals inside to the leadoff man for the Riverhawks, Will Rogers, who's at the plate with a 5-3 lead for the Edmonton Riverhawks. Kokeni trying to keep the margin at that point. Fastball dropped foul down the third base side. And it's a 1-1 count from Jacob Kokeni. He's pitched the last 2 innings. Got to face Will Rogers once and got him to fly out to left field. Kokeni gave up 1 run in the 5th and a scoreless 6th inning. Just his 1 earned run so far on the year. It's gone 7 innings. The 1-1 breaking ball, Rogers waits on it and elects to get hit by it. Probably could have gotten out of the way if he wanted to, but doesn't have to as long as that ball meets him in the batter's box and he takes his base. Hit by pitch for Will Rogers. And Clayton Lowranger, the batter, a senior from Stephen F. Austin University, and the Alberta native is up next with middle infielders going into double play combo. Nobody out top of the 7th. 2-run lead for the Riverhawks. Fastball, he fouls back. Ivan Breathauer on deck, who has himself a 3-run home run and a robbed grand slam. Went down as a sac fly 2 innings ago on a ball that would have gotten into the bullpen had it not been for Doyle Kane. Breathauer on deck. Here's the 0-1 to Clayton Lowranger. It's outside for ball 1. Lowranger, who's first on the team in batting average, came in hitting almost 400 and now is over 400. He's 2 for 2 with a home run, a single, and a walk. Lowranger, the left fielder, made a nice catch to end the last half inning. Now he's at the plate with 1 on. 1-1 pitch fouled back, and he's got 2 strikes on him. Came in with 1 double, 1 triple, and no home runs. He adds his first homer and a single today. And now is on a 10-game hit streak, has at least 1 hit in all 10 games this year for Clayton Lowranger. 1-2 the count to him, and an off-speed pitch he swings and whiffs at. And for the first time, Lowranger is put out. Big strikeout for Jacob Kokeni. 1 away in the 7th. It's a big out to not put on 2 with Ivan Breathauer coming up. Otherwise, he would have had a chance at a second 3-run home run. He's put the ball in play 3 times and hit the ball hard 3 times. Quick throw over to first. Almost got him at first base for Will Rogers. First at-bat, Breathauer took it the opposite way and a liner right at the first baseman, Mawai, to win down as a lineout. Then he had the 3-run home run over the batter's eye in center field. 107 miles an hour off the bat. Here's a slider from Kokeni for a strike to begin the at-bat. Then he had the fly ball to left field that was stolen. Would have been a home run. Here's the 0-1 to Ivan Breathauer out of Arizona State University from Jacob Kokeni, who comes set. Now throws over to first, got him picked off. He's in a pickle. Mawai, the first baseman. Now he throws late and throws it away. And the runner, Rogers, is able to get to third. Mawai commits an error. Should have thrown it earlier, and Mawai with some indecision and tosses it late. And Rogers gets to third. And Mawai had him picked off. Good move from Kokeni. And Rogers had his momentum towards second. Had him in a pickle. Mawai just ran him all the way to second and then tossed it at the last moment when Welker didn't expect the ball coming to him and dribbled into left field, and Rogers to third base on an error on Safea Mawai. So now the infielders come in. 0-1 the count, and a fly ball down the right field side. It's 1-2 on Breathauer. Both teams with 6 hits, but Ridgefield with 2 errors, and they trail by 2. Breathauer at the plate. He's behind 0-2. Could be a big out for Kokeni. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball popped up. Big out for Kilkenny if they can make the catch. Welker calling for it. He makes the grab in front of the mound. And a huge out for Jacob Kilkenny to pop up Edmonton's hot-hitting slugger, to pop out to the shortstop. 2 down, runner on third. And so any runs that come in will be unearned off of Kilkenny. Tom Poole will be the batter. With 2 outs, the first pitch to him is high for ball 1. Poole has walked today. He's 0 for 2. Getting 286. He's from Calgary, Alberta. Plays for Cloud County Community College, located in Concordia, Kansas. 1-0 pitch upcoming to Tom Poole. Left-handed batter. Takes it on the outside corner for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike from Jacob Kilkenny. The runner on third would be a big boost for Ridgefield if they can strand that runner there right after gifting him third base. 1-1 pitch is outside. The inning should be over with the pickoff and then the pop out. Ridgefield would have had 3 outs, but with a blunder and the failed pickoff, that put the runner not only to second but all the way to third on the play when he should have been out. But if they can get a strikeout or some sort of out here, a ball outside, it's 3-1. To strand him at third would be huge for Ridgefield, and I'm sure Safea Mawai would take a big breath of relief. But Kilkenny behind 3-1 to Tom Poole. Kilkenny from the stretch. 3-1 pitch, outside ball 4. So it's up to Austin Chenard, who will come up next.
Now batting the catcher, number 43, Austin Chenard.
Chenard has a double off the top of the wall in right center field. Other than that, he's grounded out to shortstop twice. Chenard, the catcher, came in off a 3-hit game last contest against Portland. Chenard at the plate with runners on the corners for the Riverhawks. 2 down, top of the 7th. Kilkenny comes set, looking into the sun over the third base side. First pitch to Chenard is popped up into shallow center field. It's going to work for a base hit and score a run. Prokes coming in, the center fielder Cavaness throws, and the runner from first gets all the way around to third. It's an RBI bloop base hit on the first pitch for Austin Chenard. Another RBI, an unearned run off of Kilkenny, and the Edmonton Riverhawks lead at 6-3. So the error early in the inning does bite Ridgefield here. It's a 3-run margin, top of the 7th. And Mitch Wood, the batter. Third baseman is 0 for 3 today. Infield playing back for the Raptors with 2 down. Outfield playing straight up to Mitch Wood, right-handed batter who takes for a strike. 0-1 the count. Wood is 3 for 12 on the year with a home run. From Ottumwa, Iowa, plays for the University of Iowa. The 19-year-old steps in against Jacob Kilkenny. 0-1 pitch from Jacob. Fastball blooped down the right field side and unplayable. Foul ball to make it 0-2. Partly cloudy at first pitch. Mostly the clouds have spread out more towards the horizon, but clear skies directly above us. No rain expected tonight. Should be up to 71 tomorrow, about the same on Thursday, but might see a little rain for the series finale on Thursday and a bit over the weekend, but not too bad. At least we hope. 0-2 pitch from Kilkenny. Breaking ball bounced between the legs of Mitch Wood. And a foul ball to keep the count at 0-2. Aaron Stinnett is on deck. Ridgefield trying to keep the margin playable here. They're down by 3. Still have 3 more at-bats to come for the Raptors. 7th, 8th, and 9th innings. Kilkenny's 0-2 pitch, breaking ball, fouled again between the legs. This one clips off the calf of Mitch Wood. He's all right, and we'll see yet another 0-2 pitch from Jacob Kilkenny. They swing early and often, do the Riverhawks. Don't walk a whole lot, just 2 in the ball game. And they essentially had to be gifted, or 3 walks now. And they were all on 4 or 5 pitches. So they have not worked their way into long at-bats drawing walks. They've just been at-bats where there really wasn't anything close. Those are their only 3 walks. 0-2 pitch is down and in. Ball 1. And a 1-2 count from Jacob Kokeni. Teammates with Chandler DeYoung at San Diego Christian. Chandler, also a Ridgefield Raptor, both right-handed relievers from Southern California, from the NAIA team in San Diego. 1-2 pitch from Kokeni on the outside corner, taken. Strike 3. The inning is over. Kokeni gets 2 punch-outs along the way and gives up 1 unearned run. But Edmonton does take a 3-run lead on 1 hit, 1 error, and 2 left aboard. It's time to stretch from Ridgefield. Bottom of the 7th after this, with Edmonton ahead 6-3 over the Raptors.
Listen up, baseball fans. Head into Safeway to score on great deals all season long. Safeway has everyone's tailgating favorites, from fried chicken and party subs to fresh-cut fruit and veggie trays and tons of easy meal options. Satisfy your whole team for the ultimate game day experience. And you can save a cartload of time with Safeway Drive Up and Go. Just shop online at Safeway.com, head to the store, and we'll bring your groceries right to your car. Safeway, sponsor of the Ridgefield Raptors.
Holt Homes is proud to be a local builder. We embrace all that is special about Oregon and Southwest Washington. The natural beauty of the landscape, the dynamic climate, the community that brings us together. It's why we live and build in this place that we love. Holt Homes, built for the Pacific Northwest. Find home today at holtpnw.com.
Ridgefield hoping for a little comeback here to avoid their first consecutive losses on the year. Ridgefield 2 games over 500 on the year. Have not lost consecutive games yet this summer, but they'll need a comeback here to avoid that changing. They trail 6-3. We're into the bottom of the 7th inning here in Southwest Washington. New pitcher for the Riverhawks out of Glendora, California. Left-hander Isaac Martinez comes in, the 20-year-old from UC San Diego. 5'9" southpaw. Enters in the bottom of the 7th. He'll be facing Travis Welker, Jake Sukata, Trent Prokes, the batter. So right-handed batter and then 2 lefties in the lineup for Ridgefield. Welker from Fresno State, 0 for 1 with a walk, is up first. Ridgefield down by 3. They held a lead for 2 innings, but gave up a 3-run home run in the 4th and a couple insurance runs following that in the 5th and 7th innings. So Ridgefield down by a 3 spot, but Travis Welker will try to lead off and do some damage against the Riverhawks. Isaac Martinez into the line, and his first pitch is bunted down the third base side and just foul. Welker, nice bunt down the third baseline, but is a few inches away from bunting himself into a leadoff hit. But a few inches is all that ball needs to become foul. And an 0-1 count on Travis Welker. Third baseman playing behind the bag, Mitch Wood, but now he is creeping up in front of the pillow, even with the bag, really. His toes on the green part of the turf here at the Rourke. 0-1 pitch to Welker, who's swinging away and does swing that one into the Edmonton dugout, or towards the dugout, off the wooden backstop. Martinez making his debut for the Riverhawks. Works from the third base side of the rubber from the wine. The 0-2 pitch in the turf. And it's 1-2. Travis Welker made his debut for Ridgefield a week ago tonight. Started at second base against Kelowna. 1-2 pitch to him, swung on, fouled away. In the 12th inning with the game tied, Welker came up. 2 outs, nobody on. Ridgefield hadn't scored in about 9 innings. They had led most of the way. Kelowna came back to tie it. Ridgefield couldn't get anything offensively, and it looked like they were going to go quiet in the 12th inning as well. But Welker walked to start a 2-out rally. 1-2 pitch to him is swung on and fouled back. So 2 outs. He drew a walk. So now it's runner on first, 2 down. And still Ridgefield had barely gotten a couple hits the last 9 innings. But he walked, stole second. On the play, the catcher threw the ball into center field, so he scampered to third and then scored on a wild pitch. That run put Ridgefield up by a run. In the top of the 12th, they held on. Kokeni got the win, pitching the bottom of the 12th. And Ridgefield won the game thanks to Welker. Takes a ball outside. It's 2-2. And now Isaac Martinez winds and deals in the turf. Ball 3. So Travis Welker, who got down 0-2 this at-bat, is now facing a full count pitch from Isaac Martinez. He's leading off the bottom of the 7th. Ridgefield needs a spark. First game of the homestand. All games this week right here at the Rourke. Here's the payoff to Welker. Down and in, ball 4. An 0-2 count. And Travis Welker comes back to draw a walk. Jake Sukata, the batter, top of the order. 3 times through the lineup for Ridgefield. This offense has produced 6 hits, 3 runs. A little bit below their average, totaling about 9 runs a game. If you take the OPS total, which is personally my favorite offensive statistic to gauge production at the plate, on base plus slugging, just add on base percentage and slugging percentage, Ridgefield leads the league. 16 teams in the league, and Ridgefield is first as a team in OPS at 868. 10 home runs, which puts Ridgefield essentially in first place, or at least home runs per game. They're the only team with more home runs than games played. But Edmonton has 2 today. First pitch to Sukata's down and away. Runner on first, nobody out. Sukata takes a strike. It's 1-1. Second player from University of Portland on the roster. Riley McCarthy has been hitting really well so far for the Raptors. Now his Portland Pilot teammate, Jake Sukata, the batter. 1-1 pitch to him is lined on the left side through the infield, base hit. First 2 guys get aboard for the Raptors here in the 7th inning. A walk for Welker. He's to second now. Sukata singles through the left side for his second hit of the day. Both times he's stayed inside the ball and worked it out to left. A single to left field in the 2nd, a single to left field in the 7th. He's also pulled the ball in a line drive to the second baseman, but that was for an out. He's also got a walk. Now it's Trent Prokes, the batter, celebrating his 22nd birthday today. His first at-bat went for a single. Also has a ground out and a fly ball to the warning track. He's 1 for 3. With 2 aboard for the Raptors and a 3-run deficit, Prokes gets ahead 1-0 and a fastball down. Prokes not used to playing on his birthday. His teams in college have rarely made the playoffs, at least not deep enough to play on June 14th. A ball in the outside corner for a strike. 1-1. Has his girlfriend and his brother visiting for the week up here in Ridgefield, coming up from California. He's from Modesto. He comes back from Canada, has got the family visiting and celebrating the birthday. 1-1 pitch. Ooh, generous call on the outside. Strike 2. 1-2 count to Trent Prokes. Middle infield towards double play depth. Biggest hole in the outfield is to right center. 1-2 pitch to Prokes. Way outside. Good block by the catcher, Chenard. And holds the runners at first and second. That could have saved a run here, depending on how the rest of the inning goes. That's why catchers are so important. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Trent Prokes. The outfielder and two-way player. He pitched 2 scoreless innings in Canada a couple days ago. As a 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. Swung on, ground ball to third base. Wood will go to the bag, step on the base, get the force out, and has no throw for a double play. It's a fielder's choice. 5 unassisted, and Prokes reaches. Sukata to second. Welker is forced out at third. So same situation, runners in first and second, but now 1 out. Jacob Sharp, the batter. At some point, Ridgefield just might need a home run of their own after Edmonton is ahead on the back of 2 home runs. One of them a 3-run bomb, and Ridgefield does trail by 3 right now. Jacob Sharp, who had 2 home runs in the first game of the year for Ridgefield. First pitch he takes, outer half, strike 1. Sharp then had 2 home runs in the series against Walla Walla. 4 hits, and 2 of them were bombs. His 4th game played. He only played the Walla Walla series, did not make the trip up to Canada, so this is his first game in a week and a half. Catcher from UNLV takes high, ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Runner on first, runner on second for the Raptors. Need 3 runs to tie. We're in the bottom of the 7th, so got some time to do it, but only so much time, and this is a good opportunity with the first 2 guys reaching. 1-1 pitch, and Sharp lines it foul. 1-2 the count to Jacob Sharp. Had 2 hits in each of the wins against Walla Walla, but was hitless in the loss, the one game that Ridgefield lost to the Swedes. That was his hitless game, but multiple hits in the other games. He's got a sac fly and a hit by pitch today. 1-2 offering to him, swings and bloops it foul behind home plate. Good contact, staying with it. Hasn't really got anything over the heart of the plate. He's seen a lot of pitches dotting around the strike zone from Isaac Martinez. Nothing too good to hit yet. Sharp waiting for a mistake here, something he can barrel up. Runners in first and second, 1 away. Here's the pitch, down, ball 2. Good eye from Sharp. Inning started with a walk to Welker. Sukata singled. Prokes a fielder's choice. He's on first base now, with Sukata at second. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Jacob Sharp. Swings and hits one high to center field. Playable for the center fielder Stinnett. The runner at second, Sukata, will tag. He will advance to third without a throw. And so a productive out for Jacob Sharp, but it is out number 2. Runners on the corners for the Raptors. Justin Trimble, the batter, with runners on first and third. Prokes stayed at first. Sukata to third. 3-run deficit, but 2 outs, so Trimble needing a base hit here. 1 run would go a long ways. I mean, Ridgefield has to average 1 run per inning the rest of the way if they can hold the Riverhawks scoreless the rest of the way, that is. But 1 run would start things well. Trimble takes a strike. Ridgefield has not scored the last 5 innings, and threatening for a 6th straight. So even though 1 run is only a portion of the 3 runs they need to make up, just to get a run on the board and snap the streak of scoreless innings would be momentous for the Raptors. Scored 2 in the 2nd inning, but nothing since. 0-1 pitch to Trimble, swing and a miss. It's 0-2 to Justin. He's 1 for 3 in the contest. Second baseman Javi Espinoza playing in the right center turf with his feet just behind the infield. Here's the 0-2 to Trimble. Change up, check, swing. He held back. And the at-bat continues for Justin Trimble. 1-2 count to Justin Trimble. Third baseman today. On deck is Will Chambers. As always, chatting it up with the fans in the first row, just outside the on-deck circle where he's at. Always a fan favorite is Will Chambers. Hope he sees an at-bat here in the inning. 1-2 to Trimble, taken. Strike 3 called. Inning over, and Ridgefield goes scoreless in the 7th. Got the first 2 guys aboard, but strands 2. No runs, 1 hit, no errors for the Raptors in the 7th inning. We head to the 8th. The Raptors 3 and the Edmonton Riverhawks 5.
At Eden Health, our commitment is to caring. We recognize the importance of caring for others, and we consider it a privilege. We are committed to addressing our patients' specific needs, providing hands-on care and services, helping families through tough situations, and supporting our fellow employees. We listen, build relationships, and go above and beyond to create meaningful experiences throughout our continuum of care. Whether you find yourself a patient to any of the Eden Health services lines or you become part of our team, you will notice the Eden Health difference.
Dick Hanna Dealerships is proud to welcome everyone back to support our Ridgefield Raptors. Just in time for warm summer nights with family and friends, lounging on the lawn, or eating dogs in the stands. Feels good to be back. In business for over 70 years, Dick Hanna Dealerships is a local, family-owned business with locations in Vancouver, Kelso, and Portland. Choose from thousands of cars and 12 new car brands. Experience nice in the car business. Dick Hanna Dealerships. Believe in nice. Now play ball.
Well, the last 3 innings for the Ridgefield Raptors were handled by Jacob Kokeni. Gave up just 1 earned run along the way at San Diego Christian College, and now his San Diego Christian teammate will replace him here in the Ridgefield Raptors. Chandler DeYoung comes in, another right-hander from San Diego Christian. He enters in the 8th inning. Ridgefield is trailing in this ball game by a score of 6-3 to the Edmonton Riverhawks. Looking for their 5th win of the year. Ridgefield already with 5 wins. They're 5-3. Edmonton has played 1 more series than the Raptors. They're 4-8. But they're looking like a good team with a lot of pop in the lineup. And they will try to do some more damage here in the 8th inning. It's Aaron Stinnett, the batter. Kelly Coral will be up next. And Javi Espinoza will turn the lineup over with Chandler DeYoung taking his warm-up pitches for the Raptors. Jacob Kokeni pitched pretty well in 3 innings in his 4th appearance, and now Chandler DeYoung makes his 3rd relief appearance for the Raptors. He's gone 3 innings in total, given up 3 earned runs, 5 hits. 3 walks, 1 strikeout for Chandler DeYoung. Top of the 8th begins with a changeup outside ball 1 to Aaron Stinnett. Chandler DeYoung pitched in 2 games with a lot of run support. Ridgefield scored 16 runs in a win over Walla Walla, 23 runs in a record-setting performance in that same series. And DeYoung's 2 relief performances were both in those 2 games. The 6'3 right-hander misses again. It's 2-0 to Stinnett, who has 2 ground ball outs and a walk today. 2-0 pitch is lined towards the right side. A ground ball fielded by Sukata. Has time, and it's DeYoung coming over to step on first base, and he gets there in time. Mawai took a step towards the ground ball, then went back to first, and then gets out of the way so DeYoung can field, and the pitcher is able to get there. So a 4-1 ground out, and Aaron Stinnett is put away to begin the 8th inning. 6-3 lead for Edmonton on the road. Kelly Coral, the batter. First pitch inside and nipped his jersey, and Nick Hudlow, the umpire, correctly sees the uniform just getting brushed. And so a very painless hit by pitch for Kelly Coral. And he's aboard with a 1-out hit by pitch. Top of the 8th inning, and the lineup now turned over. Javi Espinoza, the batter, 1 for 4 in the ball game. Former Port Angeles lefty last year out of St. Mary's College. Played for Matt Acker and the lefties last year. A ball inside to Espinoza. Played 46 games for Port Angeles last year. Edmonton has already faced Port Angeles this year, so he played against his former team. It was not on the road, however, so he was not playing in Northwest Washington. 1-0 pitch to him is taken ball 2. He went 1 for 3 against the lefties in his 1 game played against his former team. Scored a run, a rude welcoming. Got hit by a pitch by his former team as well. That game at Remax Field in Alberta. 2-0 the count to Javi Espinoza with a runner on first. Change up away. Ball 3. 3-0 the count from Chandler DeYoung. With 1 away here in the 8th inning. 6-3 lead for the Riverhawks. 7 hits for both teams. Runners going on the next pitch. A fastball high, no throw. Great jump for Kelly Coral. Was ball 4 anyways. And so Espinoza reaches. And 2 free passes in a row after a leadoff ground out. Will Rogers, the batter. Out of Shoreview, Minnesota. And plays for Arizona State University. 2 aboard for DeYoung, and deals a strike to Will Rogers. As a hit by pitch, reached on an error, scored both times. He's 0 for 3 on the day. Getting .318 coming in with 3 home runs. There was 1 player coming into today in the league with 4 home runs, and 5 or 6 in the league who had 3. Rogers was tied with his own teammate Ivan Breathauer with 3 dingers on the year. Breathauer has a 3-run bomb earlier today to tie the league lead with 4. And I have a feeling the league lead in home runs by the end of the year is going to be more than last year Already 2 players with 4 home runs. 0-1 pitch is grounded foul. We're only in the 3rd week of the season. Last year, Will Chambers of the Raptors led the league with Will Chambers with 8 home runs last year, led the West Coast League. We're halfway to that mark with a few players. Not that they'll continue that exact ratio, but 3 weeks into the year, and we're going to be playing 2 more months. Somebody's going to get to double digits. Here's the 0-2 with the runners going. Slider outside. Sharp couldn't handle it, and both runners advanced 90 feet on stolen bases. Espinoza to scoring position. Kelly Coral to third. And Will Rogers with a serious RBI opportunity with the Riverhawks already up by 3, top of the 8th. DeYoung trying to pull something out of his hat here and try to keep the game close. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Slider swung on and missed. Gets a strikeout of the Sun Devil. And Will Rogers from San Diego Christian with some heavenly magic with a strikeout. Clayton Lowranger the batter. 1 down in the inning, 2 aboard. 3-run lead for Edmonton. Lowranger left-handed hitter. And the first pitch in the dirt gets away from Sharp, and this will score a run. Kelly Coral sprints down the line. He scores to put Edmonton up 7-3. Espinoza to third. And that gives the Riverhawks their biggest lead of the day. 7-3 margin and a mound visit for Jacob Sharp. Well, on this date in baseball, I always like to look back at fun memories in baseball history. On this date, June 14th. If you ever think you're having a bad day, whether it's in baseball or otherwise, you might want to remember what Bill O'Neill did on this date over 100 years ago in 1904, playing for the Boston Americans, franchise later to become the Boston Red Sox. As the second pitch from DeYoung is outside ball 2 to Clayton Lowranger. Runner on third, Edmonton up by 4. Playing against the St. Louis Browns, Bill O'Neill committed errors on 3 balls hit to him at short in the first inning alone. 2-0 pitch is outside. Throw down to third to get the runner back. Committed another error the next inning, then another. The game went to extras, and in the 13th inning committed his 6th error of the game to lose the contest. The game-winning run scoring on Bill O'Neill's 6th error. He is the only player in the 20th century to have committed 6 errors in a ball game. A strike in the outer half, it's 3-1. That was in 1904, so that's the beginning of the 20th century. And nobody ever did that again. And I hope nobody ever does again. Rest in peace, Bill O'Neill. Runner on third, 3-1 count from DeYoung, and just outside ball 4. Clayton Lowranger walks. Runners on the corners for the Riverhawks. And it's the big slugger, Ivan Breathauer, the batter. Has hit 2 balls with home run distance. 1 stolen by Doyle Kane for what would have been a grand slam. 1 went over the batter's eye. No chance for Austin Cavanis to summit the 20-foot wall in straightaway center. And that was for a 3-run home run by Ivan Breathauer, the Arizona State Sun Devil. His college teammate, Will Rogers, the only one to get out so far this inning, but the other 3 guys, Aaron Stinnett grounded out. There are 2 away. Runners in the corners, Edmonton up 7-3. A mound visit with Anthony Naso talking with Chandler DeYoung. And the first-year pitching coach with the Raptors walks back to the dugout. DeYoung will come set against Ivan Breathauer. Runners on the edges, 2 down. First pitch to him, swung foul. Breathauer does not like to take strikes. If it's in the zone, he is swinging away. First pitch home run in the 4th inning. First pitch fly ball to the wall in the 5th inning. Lined out on the first pitch. 3 of his 4 at-bats, he has seen 1 pitch and swung at it. Swings at that one, fouls it away. 0-1 offerings in the dirt with the runner going from first. And he'll get in for a stolen base will Clayton Lowranger. And so now there's runners in second and third for the Riverhawks. 2 down, 1-1 count. Top of the 8th. 4-run advantage for Edmonton. DeYoung with the 1-1 pitch. Swung on and hit high and deep to left field, but foul. And we'll get all the way to, out of the ballpark. Went through the opening and all the kids scampering away into the parking lot. 1-2 the count from Chandler DeYoung to Ivan Breathauer. with 2 in scoring position for the Riverhawks. 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. DeYoung gets him to punch out to in the frame. And so just 1 run does come in on 3 free passes. And the Riverhawks, no hits, but they do score with 2 walks and a hit by pitch. And they get 1 more insurance run. 7-3 is the margin. Edmonton in front. We're on to the bottom of the 8th inning when we return.
C-Tran is your public transit system offering service in Clark County and beyond. Catch local service in Clark County, plus regional and express service to Portland. And now you can ride the current C-Tran's new on-demand service operating in Ridgefield and other areas. So leave the driving to us. C-Tran will take you out to the ball game and anywhere else you need to go. Visit c-tran.com for more information. C-Tran, our community, our promise.
This is WSU Vancouver, Southwest Washington's only 4-year research university. Whether in person or via distance delivery, WSU Vancouver offers high-quality education and an employer-respected degree. You'll get a small school feel in the kind of place where you know you matter. Here, you'll get personalized education that brings out the best in you and inspires you to achieve your highest goals. Now, what are you waiting for? Apply today.
Bottom of the 8th inning here at the Ridgefield Outdoor Recreation Complex. Will Chambers the lead off. Ridgefield needing some base runners, down 7-3. And the series opener against the Edmonton Riverhawks. Thanks for joining us. I'm Josh Warden on the Raptors live stream. New opponent for the Ridgefield Raptors. Never faced Edmonton before, but that changes tonight. Isaac Martinez remains in the game for the Riverhawks. Will Chambers switches sides. The switch hitter now batting right-handed for the first time and watches strike 1. 7-3 deficit for Ridgefield. Tough day yesterday for four former Raptors at Oregon State as they played in the Super Regionals. Will Chambers swings and misses. Last year, the Beavers with Oregon State put 4 teams on the Ridgefield roster. Brady Casper, Micah McDowell, Wade Meckler, Jaron Hunter. Good players. Hunter, one of the best pitchers in Ridgefield through the first couple of years. Wade Meckler, tremendous outfielder. 0-2 pitch to Will Chambers is down and in. Ball 1 for Martinez. Oregon State won their regional, advanced to the Supers, went to Game 3 against Auburn and fell just short in a back-and-forth game against the Tigers. 1-2 pitch. Chambers grounds it to the right side. It's scooped up by Javi Espinoza working towards first base and is able to make the short throw and get Will Chambers out to open up the 8th inning. 4-run deficit with Doyle Kane coming up next. Saw his parents here. They made the trip up to Canada and stay in Ridgefield for at least a day. I didn't see Mike. I'm assuming he's sitting down there. Saw Lindy earlier. But Doyle Kane at the plate. Mikey getting the day off, Doyle's younger brother. But Doyle in the lineup. First pitch swinging and does not get a piece. It's 0-1. 1 out, 4-run deficit for the Raptors, bottom of the 8th. Ridgefield with those 4 Oregon State players. Jaron Hunter was the starter, one of the starters for Ridgefield last year, and a weekday starter for Oregon State this season. 0-1 pitch in the dirt to Kane. 1-1 the count. When they went to Game 3 of the Super Regionals, they had used their top 2 starters and elected to start Jaron Hunter in Game 3. So in the most important game of the year for Oregon State, the guy they gave the ball to, Game 3 of the Super Regionals, former Raptor Jaron Hunter got the ball. As Doyle Kane swings and misses, it's 1-2. And Hunter pitched pretty well. 2 scoreless innings, was working really fast. Had 2 outs, nobody on the third. He walked a guy, and then their big slugger for Auburn, Sonny DeShara, hit a home run. It was the only runs allowed by Hunter. 1-2 pitches away to Doyle Kane, 2-2 the count. Hunter ended up going another inning or 2, suffered the loss in a 1-run ball game. Wade Meckler got the start in left field, but Oregon State fell just short. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Doyle Kane. Gets a piece of one, hands it out to left field, but playable for the left fielder Clayton Lowranger, and he makes the catch for the out. 2 down in the 8th, 4-run deficit, and Austin Cavanis the batter. Such is life in college baseball. The year ends on frustrating losses, and then summer ball starts right up. I was looking at the box score for the Port Angeles game where Golden Tate is playing center field for the lefties. Yes, that Golden Tate. He's 2 for 3 now. He grounded out in his third at-bat after doubling and singling in his first 2 at-bats. Now the shortstop on the opposing team is Paul Myro, shortstop for Oregon State. So they lose on Monday night to end their season on an evening game, and then Paul Myro makes a 3-hour drive out to Bend. Actually, no, that game is in Port Angeles. So he joined the team and went up to Port Angeles to play shortstop for Bend. Play for Joey Wong, former Oregon State middle infielder. A ball outside to Cavanis. It's 2-0 to the Cal Poly outfielder. That's summer ball. You lose and end your college season, head right to the next season. Try to improve. Another ball misses low, and Cavanis is ahead 3-0. And so with Golden Tate batting in the 2-hole for Port Angeles, Paul Myro bats second. His counterpart, he's 1 for 2 with 2 walks. Fastball low, and Cavanis has himself a 4-pitch walk. 2 consecutive plate appearances for Cavanis, 4-pitch walks. He has flown out to center field twice. He's walked twice. And now Safea Mawai, the batter, 1 for 3 with an RBI single. It's Edmonton 7, Ridgefield 3. And Ridgefield needs some base runners here. Infield shifted towards the right side for Safea Mawai. Playing him to pull the ball. He likes to take it opposite way, but he'll do either one. A fastball high for ball 1 to Mawai. Hitting .212, coming in with 2 doubles, and now 11 RBIs. Want to know the count from Isaac Martinez from the stretch, looking over at first, and a fastball in the outer corner for strike 1. Edmonton coming up in the league, one of 5 Canadian teams, only one in Alberta. There's 4 teams in Oregon, 7 in Washington, 4 in British Columbia, 1 in Alberta. Now in the WCL. 1-1 pitch. Mawai breaks his bat as he hits it hard down the right field line for a blooping single. Mawai shatters his bat. Cavanis gets to second and then stumbles, but the throw in is not in time to nab him around second. An awkward play where Mawai broke his bat, and I don't know if he knew where that ball was going. He stood at home plate for a while and then realized it was a fair ball. Weird spin on it, getting into right field, and then Cavanis broke around second and hit the deck. Was able to get back, and the barrel of the bat went all the way to the backstop. And Safea Mawai will have to use a different bat next time. He has the second base hit of the day. And so with 2 on, Travis Welker will be the hitter. 2 down, bottom of the 8th. Ridgefield trailing by 4. The mound visit with Ethan Elias coming out to talk with Isaac Martinez, the pitcher. 2 aboard for the Raptors, 2 down, bottom of the 8th. Welker has walked twice, including last inning when he got down no balls and 2 strikes. Ended up walking. Well, the West Coast League, with all those teams joining, 4 new ones this year. It was 10 teams last year, 2 teams returned that were previously in the league, and 4 new ones. So up to 16 squads in the West Coast League now. Largest it's ever been. 2 outs, and Welker takes ball 1. There's 2 divisions, 2 8-team divisions. 8 teams in the north, 8 teams in the south. Edmonton, naturally, in the north. Ridgefield in the southern division. Want to know the count to Travis Welker, a fastball on the inner half of the plate, 1-1. With all those teams coming in, most of them in Canada in the north, and so teams from the north have to jump to the south to kind of balance out the divisions. Walla Walla and Yakima Valley were in the north last year. They're now in the south. Make it all even. 1-1 count is Welker's ground ball. High chopper back to the mound. Martinez has to wait on it. Throws to first and not in time. And Travis Welker has himself an infield base hit. Bases are loaded now for the top of the order. Safea Mawai to second. Austin Cavanis to third. Ridgefield has not scored since the second inning. They have stranded 5 runners in the meantime and not scored in the last 6 innings. They have the bases loaded, but there are 2 outs. Jake Sukata, the batter. He singled last inning, was one of those guys who got left aboard. He was stranded at third base. Right now, Austin Cavan is at third. He does not want to suffer the same fate that Jake Sukata did last inning. First pitch to Sukata. Outside corner, strike one. Bases juiced. Sukata represents the tying run. 5'9" infielder from the University of Portland, waving the bat over his left shoulder. Outfield playing not too deep to him. 0-1 pitch, high, ball one. From Isaac Martinez. His second inning of work, has not allowed a run yet. His debut performance for the Riverhawks. Biggest batter he has faced so far. With the bases loaded, 2 down. 1 ball, 1 strike. He kicks, and a heater up and in. Ball 2. On deck is Trent Prokes. Jake Sukata making his debut today. He has walked, singled, lined out, and singled again. Has 1 RBI on the day. Second baseman Espinoza behind the infield turf in shallow right center. 2-1 pitch to Sukata. Swung on and fouled back into the netting. Makes sense for the second baseman back up a little bit just to have more room to cover, but of course a slowly hit ground ball, a little harder to field, but he's got the short throw. It's really just if a ball takes him a lot laterally, it would take longer to get there, harder to make the throw, maybe an infield single, but everywhere positioning takes away one thing and gives up one opportunity. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Sukata swings over it, strike 3. And the Raptors do not score in the 8th inning. They strand the bases loaded. They left 10 on the base paths today. They've fought well and not gone easily each inning. They've gotten runners aboard, have 2 base hits that frame and a walk, but ultimately go scoreless in the 8th inning. We head to the 9th. It'll be Jet Lotus making his return to the mound for the first time since last summer. The University of Oklahoma right-hander will make his first appearance of the summer of 2022 when we return. Edmonton 7 and Ridgefield 3. Stay with us.
The Ridgefield Raptors are back, where the entire family can watch top-level college baseball players live at the Rourke. Now, kids 12 and under get in free with a paid adult for all Sunday afternoon Raptors games. Enjoy local Southwest Washington baseball with the whole family this summer. Sunday games are at 105 and are presented by Peace Health and the Columbian. Come cheer on your Ridgefield Raptors all season long. Get your tickets now at ridgefieldraptors.com. Go Raptors!
At Eden Health, our commitment is to caring. We recognize the importance of caring for others, and we consider it a privilege. We are committed to addressing our patients' specific needs, providing hands-on care and services, helping families through tough situations, and supporting our fellow employees. We listen, build relationships, and go above and beyond to create meaningful experiences throughout our continuum of care. Whether you find yourself a patient to any of the Eden Health services lines or you become part of our team, you will notice the Eden Health difference.
It's 7-3. The Edmonton Riverhawks ahead by a 4 spot into the top of the 9th inning. And Jet Lotus on the mound. Right-hander from Yukon, Oklahoma. Pitches for his home state team, the Oklahoma Sooners. And Skip Johnson, their head coach, sending Jet back to the West Coast. Oklahoma playing in the College World Series this year. And Jet, who did pitch a couple of games for the Sooners this year, did not make the roster for Omaha, so he's here in Ridgefield today with the Sooners playing in a few days in the College World Series. Jet working on his craft and hoping for a bigger role next year. And his first pitch in a Raptors uniform since last summer, just outside ball 1. He can really ring it up on the radar gun. Touched 94, 95 last year. A really firm four-seam fastball. Has a slider and a changeup. Might throw a curveball here and again, but he doesn't even call himself a 4-pitch guy. Just a 3-pitch guy with a curveball that he throws once or twice, maybe. 2-0 pitch. Fastball locates it for strike 1 to Tom Poole, the batter. Left-handed hitter from Cloud County Community College. Has himself 2 walks. 0 for 2 day so far for Poole. 2-1 pitch from Lotus is just outside for ball 3. Lotus, an opening day player last year for Ridgefield, pitched in the season opener and stayed the whole year for the Raptors. 3-1 offering is swung on. High bouncer to Safea Mawai, has to jump up for that ball and can't bring it in. It'll go down as a base hit for Tom Poole on a high chopper that Mawai had to leap for. And it goes down as a leadoff single with Austin Chenard coming up next. 1 on and nobody out for the Riverhawks in the top of the 9th. It is the 8th hit of the day for the Riverhawks. Ridgefield actually out-hitting Edmonton on the day. Ridgefield with 9 hits on the evening, and Edmonton even including that infield base hit with 8 now. Fastball off the plate. It's 1-0 from Jet Lotus to Austin Chenard. Jet made the drive out 2 days ago, I think he said. His dad came with him. 1-0 pitch is swung on and missed. I think he started 2 days ago, said he stopped after 19 hours and had to do 8 more. 27 hours from Yukon, Oklahoma to Ridgefield, Washington. 3rd time he's made that trip. 1 ball, 1 strike. It's inside for a 2-1 count. Drove over with his dad. Every time he's made the trip, his dad has driven with him and then flown back. Or when he's going back, he flies here and then drives with Jet back to Oklahoma, as he did last August. 2-1 pitch is swung on. Bounce back to Jet. Has to field on the second bounce. Got to throw quick and does get there in time to retire Austin Chenard. A 1-3 putout. Tom Poole up to second base on the play. Mitch Wood will be the batter. 1 out, 1 on. Edmonton up 7-3. In the top of the 9th inning. 27 hours. You got to have some good mixtapes if you're going to drive 27 hours across America. That's a good father, by the way. Spend 27 hours with your son 3 times. It's a good dad. Drive with your kid that far. So Jet Lotus stays on the mound. 1 out and 1 on. Mitch Wood steps in. 0 for 4 on the day. A slider that he locates on the outer half. 0-1 the count from Jet Lotus. Outfield playing straight up here under the lights. A little bit past sunset here in Ridgefield. Pleasant day for baseball. Check swing, and he did go around. 0-2 count to Wood. Join us tomorrow, 6:35. Same time for every game. 6:35 p.m. tomorrow, Thursday. Not to mention Friday, Saturday against Cowlitz, and then the finale against the Cowlitz Black Bears, 1:05 on Sunday. 0-2 the count from Lotus. Fastball gets away from Sharp, who is down and away, and will skip to the backstop for a wild pitch that advances Tom Poole to third base. Maybe a pass ball, kind of on the edge. And either way, it puts Tom Poole to third base. 7-3 lead for the Riverhawks, 1 away. Aaron Stinnett is on deck. Infield place in now for Ridgefield, trying to keep the deficit at 4. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Off speed, got him looking. Outer half taken for strike 3. Jet Lotus has his first strikeout of the day. It's just fun to see Jet here in Ridgefield. Gave him a big hug when I saw him walking in the ballpark today. It wasn't just Jet there. He and Eli Schubert were standing next to each other, and they both were standing behind second base, sprinted over, and got to say hi to both of them. Foul ball away from Aaron Stinnett. 2 down, runner on third. They both pitched for Ridgefield last year. Schubert, a third-year returning Raptor out of Lewis Clark State. He'll pitch not today, but sometime soon for the Raptors. 0-1 pitch, grounder, foul. And Aaron Stinnett behind 0-2. Eli Schubert, reliever for Lewis Clark State, made the World Series at the NAIA level. He's back in town for the summer. Pitched for the Raptors every year as Eli Schubert in Raptors history. 2019, 2021, and now this year. 0-2 pitch from Jet Lotus is inside, ball 1. Also got to say hi to Aaron Schubert, Eli's wife, on hand. And she's working for the Raptors this year, working the merch table. So come by a game, get some merch from Eli Schubert's wife sometime. Fastball on the outer half. Jet Lotus dots it up with the heater to freeze Stinnett. Strike 3 taken. And Jet Lotus tosses a scoreless 9th inning. 1 left aboard on third base. Ridgefield has stranded 10 on the day. However, Ridgefield has stranded 10 of their own batters. They need some base runners here, and to not strand them this inning, A 7-3 deficit, and last hacks for the Raptors. Bottom of the ninth coming up.
Hey baseball fans, after the game visit A, the area's premier gaming, dining, entertainment, and meeting destination. A is a proud supporter of the Ridgefield Raptors and the perfect place to meet up with friends after a Raptors win for dinner, drinks, and great times. Keep the fun and excitement going after the ninth inning and grab beers at Tom's Urban, or enjoy a perfectly cooked porterhouse at Michael Jordan's Steakhouse. With 100,000 square feet of gaming space, 15 different restaurants, bars, and retail outlets to choose from, A has just what you need to turn your night at the ballgame into a night you won't forget. A, just off I-5 at exit 16, ILANIresort.com.
Ridgefield Main Street is working to keep our small town charm intact while enhancing the economic opportunities for businesses located in our downtown. Follow Pioneer Street West to experience the heart of Ridgefield.
Well, we go to the bottom of the ninth here at the Ridgefield Outdoor Recreation Complex. It will be Trent Prokes to lead off, Jacob Sharp and Justin Trimble. The only batters who did not hit last inning are scheduled to step to the plate this frame. Ridgefield brought up 6 players to the plate but did not score last inning. Stranded the bases loaded, have stranded 5 the last couple of innings, but have not scored in 6 consecutive frames. And we are in the bottom of the ninth now. Need 4 runs to tie. Down 7-3 to the Edmonton Riverhawks. New pitcher Albert Alvarez, if we've got the roster correct. There is a bit of a discrepancy between 2 of Edmonton's rosters. On one has Halen Knoll on there, but we believe it's Albert Alvarez is the pitcher. Forgive us if we're wrong. Edmonton still getting their roster all sorted out, but we'll say it's Alvarez on the mound to face Trent Prokes. On his 22nd birthday, has hit pretty well, put the ball in play every time, singled in the first inning, a ground out, a fly ball to the warning track, and a fielder's choice. So he's 1 for 4 and steps in for a 5th at-bat. Bottom of the ninth begins with Alvarez from the wind, heavy fastball high, ball 1 to Trent Prokes at Cal State Bakersfield. The series continues tomorrow at 6:35, game 2. Ridgefield 5-3 on the year, hoping to avoid consecutive losses for the first time this year. Would still be a game over 500, even if they do suffer defeat. The ball low to Trent Prokes, and it's 2-0. Infield playing a bit back to Trent Prokes. The 2-0 pitch to him is a fastball for a strike. Cowlett's leading. They're trailing to Corvallis 6-5 in the bottom of the ninth. Corvallis is yet to lose a game, but they've only played 3. They had a full series wiped out by rain. First time that's ever happened to the Knights. They're 3-0. Here's the 2-1 pitch from Alvarez. Big cut, but Prokes does not find it. 2-2 the count. Nanaimo is trailing Kelowna 8-2, the 2 teams that Ridgefield faced last week. Port Angeles ahead of Bend 4-2. Yakima Valley defeats Springfield 3-1. And Bellingham beats Wenatchee 7-0 at Joe Martin Field. Fastball that's ripped high to left field, not deep. Clayton Lowranger coming in, looking up into the night sky, and makes the catch. Not pitch black here at all here in Ridgefield, but the lights are on at dusk in Southwest Washington. 1 away in the bottom of the ninth. 4-run deficit for the Raptors. Jacob Sharp, the batter. Justin Trimble will be on deck, and Will Chambers after that. Here comes Alvarez with the first pitch. 2-seam fastball for a strike. Edmonton has used 4 different pitchers so far. Wyatt Clark went 4 innings, gave up 3 runs in his start. Then Bratzett went 2 innings, no runs. Martinez 2 innings, no runs. And Alvarez Hoping to pitch a clean bottom of the ninth. Ground ball to Hopper to the shortstop. Coral Fields throws low to first base and past the first baseman Breathauer. Sharp takes the turn. He heads to second. He gets there safely. An error on the shortstop. Kelly Coral. First error of the day against the Riverhawks. And Sharp gets to second on the play. Justin Trimble, the batter, in his debut. Just like Trent Prokes, he's gone 1 for 4. 3 new players in the lineup today for Chris Cota. Jake Sukata making his debut with 2 base hits. Justin Trimble, his Ridgefield debut, with 1 base hit. And Austin Cavanis in his inaugural game in a Raptors uniform with 2 walks and 2 flyouts to center field. So fairly good production from the new guys. And Justin Trimble comes back up. Left-handed hitter. Right-hand throwing third baseman. Sees Alvarez for the first time. Swings and grounds one foul against the fence of the Ridgefield dugout on the third base side. Edmonton operating the first base dugout in their first road trip south of the international border for the first time. Travel is tough when you're coming from Alberta, so they'll combine road trips. They'll also face Portland on this roadie. A ball down and in to Trimble. It's 1-1, so they face Ridgefield today and tomorrow, 6:35, and Thursday. Then take the short drive down to Portland for a weekend series. And then stay on the road trip. Cowlitz for 3 games, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. A rare Monday game, but you might as well. On the road, no reason to wait around and not play. So they play 3 series in a row in America before heading back. 1-1 pitch. Trimble, a high bouncer that lands right in front of the plate, gets all the way to the first baseman, Breathauer, and he steps on the bag for the putout. Does advance Sharp to third. 2 down in the bottom of the ninth. Ridgefield down by 4. Edmonton's next home game not till June 24th, 10 days from now when they host Wenatchee. But 9 road games in a row for the Riverhawks. And they got a lot of home games in a row, 2 series straight. Runner on third for the Raptors. Need him to score and 3 more guys. Will Chambers at the plate. Alvarez deals a fastball that does not miss by a whole lot. Ball 1. Even if Ridgefield doesn't win this game, just to get Jacob Sharp home would be a little bit of a boost. Just to see a 1 on the scoreboard with 6 straight zeros last 6 innings. They've gotten guys on base, just haven't brought them home. Will Chambers trying to change that here. 1-0 the count from Alvarez. 2-seam fastball induces a swing and a miss. Will Chambers singled in his first at-bat. He's 1 for 4. Has a hit in 8 of 9 games this year. And in the only game he didn't get a hit, he walked twice, got hit by a pitch, and scored twice. Got a hit in every other game. Runner on third. 1-1 pitch to Chambers. Heavy fastball gets away from the catcher. Sharp sprinting down the throw, not in time. And Ridgefield is on the board in the bottom of the ninth. Still trailed by 3, but Jacob Sharp with some firm base running. And the Raptors cut the streak short. They do not go scoreless the rest of the way. Get a run on the board. Feel good about that 1 in. Now the bases are empty. And the score now 7-4. So Ridgefield gets back in their scoring ways. A wild pitch to put in a run. Now Will Chambers with a 2-1 count from Alvarez. Is still an unearned run, even though it's a wild pitch. Reached on an error initially, so Alvarez not charged with it. 2-1 count, swung on and fouled off the leg. Will Chambers right off his reconstructed knee, and they throw to first as if that ball didn't hit his knee. It was quite obvious it did. Not sure that they would fool the umpire on that one. Will is clearly laboring. I hope he's okay. Had knee surgeries, both knees, and endured a lot. And a foul ball off the patellar tendon doesn't help a whole lot. He's going to stay in there. He's a tough kid. And Will Chambers will take his hacks. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Edmonton 1 strike away from finishing touches on a series opening win. But Ridgefield never say die. He'll try to continue this game for as long as they can. 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss, and the ball game is over. Congratulations to the Edmonton Riverhawks. They win their first game in the USA of all time. They're 1-0 stateside under Kelly Stinnett. They improved to 5-8 overall in their inaugural year. Ridgefield 5-4 now on the season. Well, final score here from the Rourke is 7-4. We'll have another ball game tomorrow at 6:35. Hope you can join us here on the Raptors live stream. Good debut for a few players. And Trent Prokes gets a base hit on his 22nd birthday. And Jacob Sharp with an RBI, sac fly, Chambers with a hit, and 9 hits in the game. They out-hit the Edmonton Riverhawks, but ultimately dropped the game 7-4. Well, join us tomorrow, 6:35, for the continuation of the 6-game homestand. Tickets online as well, ridgefieldraptors.com. For everyone here with the Raptors, I'm Josh Warden signing off from the Rourke. See you tomorrow at 6:35. Until then, so long, everybody.